All right, y'all, we setting up, so we about to get started. Yeah, buddy. All right. I didn't even get my run in this week so far, man.
Stop working out here. Got to pull up bar on it, and then have the fit set on it.
Okay.
Pull up some of this on it. Or I'll hit my push-ups and shit. Gotta wait Dr.
All right, Lord willing, man, they rolling out, because damn. Before as we get here, we got the car.
Motherfuckers are loud and shit. Hey, it's hot in there. Almost like a real bike.
Oh, yeah. Listen, you never know what Amalek might have done, man. He might have said, hey, I'll pay y'all. Stay right here.
Yeah.
You never know. Now they rolling out there.
Start with biker gang. More they can afford to drill, you can let them start with biker gang.
I mean, as annoying as it is, man, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't like they said it.
Yeah.
And I'd rather they be doing that than selling drugs or hoeing out their systems and shit. So, gotta let the young people do something. Because right now, that's actually one of the problems. Young people can't do shit.
I was gonna say it's that one there, but
Is that? Yeah. I don't think that's him. Nah, that ain't him. He had a white hair.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. All praises, all praises, all praises. We're going to start this off by saying, Call Halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's all praises be unto Yahweh. In the name of the Son Yahweh Shai. We are San Antonio Masada. We are back on the San Antonio Riverwalk with yet another lesson, right? Just to bring the gospel and the good news to God's chosen people, the Israelites, which would be blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, as far as you know them in this hemisphere, but we are scattered to all nations on the planet, right? So, with everything going on in the world today, it's very important that our people know who they are and that they be prudent in their actions and in their behavior, right? Because America is on her back. See, again, one of the things that's happening now with Iran has exposed that the emperor has no clothes, right? Everybody thought America would just pull up, bomb the shit out of Iran, and that'd just be it. Everybody just come home, mission accomplished. Iran has demonstrated that the modality of war has changed. And America has not updated their modalities of war. Therefore, they're being outclassed. Yep. America on her back with her legs up, taking it. Straight up. But see, the thing is, to you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what does that mean for you? You should return unto your God. All praises. See, again, man, I hope the camera got that. As soon as we start preaching, here come the doves. See, if y'all read 2 Ezra 5, that'll let you know that's God's favorite bird. Let's get that real quick. We always say we're going to get it. See, y'all got to understand something. The Most High God, he speaks in ways that more times than not, you might not understand. But we're going to give anybody who's willing to listen a little bit more information on who their God is, right? Give me verse 26 in 2 Ezra 5.
2 Ezra, chapter 5, verse 26. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
So most of y'all don't even realize the Most High God has a favorite bird. His favorite bird is the dove. Y'all are walking by two pigeons right now, and pigeon is French for dove. See, again, the white man told you that a dove is pure white, when in fact, doves come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. As a matter of fact, in nature, it is an aberration to be all white. Give me that word, aberration. Because see, most of y'all, when y'all look at a dove, y'all think, oh, look at the purity. But the genetic implications of being an albino of your species are numerous, and most of them are not good. Right? Because melanin shields you from genetic degradation caused by the sun. No, aberration, A-B-B-E-R. Yeah. There you go.
An aberration is a departure from what is normal, typical, or expected, often representing a temporary, strange, or unwelcome deviation.
Now, can you do me a favor, brother? Can you look up pigeons in Israel? Because the dove that's in Israel is black. Oh, the irony. But see, when you look in the Bible, the real Israelites were called black. Or Niger, as people like to say, N-I-G-E-R, which is Latin for black. Got time for the Bible, brother? Do you believe in the Bible? What tribe you come from in it, do you know? Are you Mexican? Colombian? You from the tribe of Zebulon. Oh, no, sorry, Asher. Zebulon, that's Costa Rica in that region, right? That's the tribe of Asher. That's why y'all got those emeralds, topaz, oil. And the prophecy surrounding Asher is that he would dip his feet in oil. He would have the dainty things of the earth. Why you think America trying to invade Venezuela right now? Because they're out of oil. Right? So these are the things that you need to be able to understand when you come to serve the Lord. Because when you read the Bible, you need to know, who is this message for? As a matter of fact, while the brother's in the area, can you read me verse 27 in that same chapter? We'll get that black dove in a second.
2 Ezra, chapter 5, verse 27. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people, whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
So just like the Most High God has a favorite bird, he has a favorite people. And that favorite people are the Israelites. And if the brother can still hear me, you're from the tribe of Asher, right? 1 of 12, technically 13. Right, because you know Ephraim and Manasseh technically tribe of Joseph. Right. But these are things that you have to understand. And there's a few Danites running around. You just don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure once we can look back, you know, retrospectively, once we're in the kingdom, it's going to be obvious who the Danites were. Because part of the prophecy surrounding Dan is that they would judge their people. Right? So you got a few people running around who for some reason, they don't want power, but they got a lot of it, and they're capable of judging their brethren. They don't look the part, but they act the part. Hey, that happens. You know, you had that one Israelite in the group, and everybody like, man, don't fuck with that nigga, man. He throw hands better than anybody else. I done seen this nigga get jumped and all type of shit, and it don't work. Because the Most High God puts power in his children's hands according to the tribal prophecies, right? Because when you look at Judah, blessed are the work of Judah's hand. Why you think we invent all this stuff? Why you think in boxing can't nobody hold us? They can come close. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Judah reigns supreme. How you doing, King? Keep going, man. You got it? Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you Mexican, you a king on earth, King. From the tribe of Issachar, meaning he who was hired. Oh, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that brother a problem if you make him mad. But that's all Israelites. See, and that's why we are here to tell blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you God's chosen people. How you doing, King? Got time for the Bible today? Got time for the Bible?
No, I'm good.
You good? All right, just know you a king, all right? You special, brother. Right? But let's get on this lesson today, right? Yeah, get that real quick. Yeah, can you show that to the camera? The lens, yeah, it's on the side with the big crack, right there.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, so if you can see it on the camera, right? The pigeon or the dove is not white, right? Anytime you have things in nature that are white, they are the most susceptible to disease. They are the least fertile, right? Like when you see like a white tiger or a white lion, they're typically sterile. They have more health problems, but the thing is, it's all coming from genetic degradation from sun exposure, right? Melanin does wonders when your planet is bathed in radiation, right? So being lily white is not right. It's a curse. Because when Moses was to show a miracle in front of Pharaoh, and the Most High God had his hand turn white when he put it into his bosom, that was to show, hey, look, leprosy. And then he put it back in, leprosy gone. Y'all got time for the Bible today? All right, y'all. Again, amen. Statement of the word coming real quick. So that's why we're out here, to let our people know, repent while you can. Because if you say you serve God and you love Jesus, but you don't know what God requires of you, you need to come up here and get the answer. So there's going to come a time where you're calling upon the Most High God, and he ain't going to be listening, and he's going to actively turn his face from you. But see, more times than not, most blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you don't take heed to this warning until you actually need the Most High. Give me Proverbs 1:21. And it's not personal. It's just to let our people know. We know our people. We always do the same thing. We say we don't need God, and then we need God, and we turn around, pray to him, expecting God to get off his throne and move the world. But check this out.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, and the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Keep on.
Because I have called, and ye have refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and will none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
So that's just to show you, right? When you ignore the warnings that's going out day and night around these cities all across America, dare I say all across the world, right? Because this Hebrew Israelite awakening is happening globally. It's not just here in America. You Israelites who turn away from this wisdom, in the hour when you need the Most High God most, he going to laugh at you. It's going to be well deserved, because the Most High God has sent his servants at the peril of their own lives to deliver this message to you, and you don't want it. So guess what? When you need God, he going to do what you do to him. You don't want to hear me? Well, I don't hear you. You don't want to set aside time for me? I ain't got time for you. You got to remember, Most High God has to give the order to orchestrate all these angels, to send them on missions to either destroy or to save. And see, most of y'all don't understand. There's far more spiritual things happening around you than you give God credit for.
Yeah, out here reaching out to his people and they denying his hand. Shit, it's crazy. He don't have to.
And the Most High God does not have to try to preserve you. But the Most High God, because he loves his people, he has seen fit to send watchmen, send people to give you fair warning of what is to come upon the earth. And speaking of what's coming upon the earth, the lesson today is called Time to Decide. Whose side are you on? With all the things going on the earth, you're going to have to choose. America just extended the draft age to the age of 42. So, but somebody like me, I'm within that age limit. And guess what? During World War II, they extended the draft age to about, I think it's like 70. Look up the oldest man drafted in World War II. I think he was like 60-something, 64. See, y'all need to understand something. America is not going to just lose this war with Iran without turning over every couch cushion, looking for every nickel and dime and troop they can muster. No. Extended to 64. Yeah, there it is, right there. So the registration was extended to 64. The only reason why they didn't force those people to serve is because the war ended. So the oldest person in some high age service, in some cases, veterans or older men served in unique roles. For example, a 73-year-old was noted to have re-enlisted in 1941. So you had a 71-year-old enlisting to serve in World War II. So that's why my lesson today is called, It's Time to Decide. Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, what side are you on? So I'm going to tell you, if you choose to be on the side of the white man, you're going to die in a war somewhere. Because he's about to institute the plan that he has relied upon since the establishment of America. Hide behind the darkies. Straight up. Hide behind the darkies. He don't even hide it. That's why now when you see all these videos of military troops deploying to Iran, you see a bunch of young black and Hispanic recruits. Every so often they'll try to show you a bunch of fresh-faced white kids. But see, they don't comprise the majority of the forces because they're not having children like that. So they don't have the kids to send. So you have to understand, the Bible tells you that Esau's seed is spoiled, and he is not. Why do you think the white man is shooting blanks? Why do you think the white woman need IVF? But see, because y'all don't read these scriptures, all these things take you by surprise. And that actually sings to the fertility of Jake. Because a white woman will be with a white man getting IVF treatment, all these different fertility treatments, get with a black or Hispanic pregnant year one. Yeah, oh man, our Hispanic brothers, man, shit. They cough on a woman, boy, that woman pregnant. But see, you have to understand, this is according to the prophecies of the Bible. Ephraim is a fruitful bow. Ephraim could pertain to the tribe or to the northern kingdom. So that proverb never escapes them. I swear, bro. They were holding fucking hands. I saw. Look, nigga, I know my eyes failing, but they ain't that damn bad. But see, we're out here just to let our people know what's going on. The time to decide is now. But brother, can you get me Jeremiah 30 and 5 through 11? And then we're going to go over to Daniel 12 after that, but let's get that Jeremiah. Because we're about to enter into what is called Jacob's trouble. See, and Jacob, whose name is changed to Israel, we're talking about the time in which the Israelites are going to need God more than any other time in history. Let's hear about it.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Have y'all heard of that before? Jacob's trouble in the Bible?
No.
No?
No, thank you.
Okay, well, that's fine, brother. Are y'all Native Hispanic?
Yeah.
Mexican?
I am.
You are? What are you? Colombian? Venezuela? Asher and Issachar. Y'all Israelites, man. Y'all God's chosen.
That's right.
See, again, man, y'all should stop and go, well, what does it mean to be God's chosen? Did you know that God's chosen are his favorite? So much so that God don't even care about nobody else. See, and we're not just saying it. We'll break it down for you if you come up here and listen. Dedicate the time. Because see, you're gonna try to tell yourself, well, God loves everybody. No, he doesn't. As a matter of fact, God said, only you have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right.
ICE detention centers. That's a punishment from God. Mass incarceration on blacks and Hispanics. That's a punishment from God. The white man sending you bills every month for things like water and food, when you should be growing your own food and catching your own water from the sky. All those things are afflictions sent from the Most High. But because y'all don't dedicate the time to learn these things, it's all Greek to you. Keep going, brother.
Verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
So the Most High God is saying he's going to make a full end of all these other nations, but he won't make a full end of Jacob. I can't help but notice somebody has a sign out here that says war is bad. Well, was it bad when the white man took over America? Was it bad when he took over Canada? How about Mexico? How about South America?
Ran through Venezuela.
Yeah. And it wasn't even enough to have the Spanish conquistadors still in Venezuela. You got the Edomite here in America running back through Venezuela. It kidnapped their head of state and is now like stealing all of their resources, namely their oil, their number one export.
You know what
Right.
they got to do first? They got to name them the terrorists.
Yeah, and that's what the so-called white man does.
Paint them to be a villain.
He has to paint you to be something less than human. Because if he makes you something that's not human, you're a monster in the eyes of those who might oppose him. That's why you got Americans here, especially some of our foolish black black and Hispanic brothers and sisters, Mexicans. I've heard Mexicans say that they support what's going on in Venezuela from America. It's like, how crazy is that? Meanwhile, white man is throwing you in ICE detention centers, and you're saying that that's a crime against humanity. And guess what? It is. How you doing, sister? Princess Zion? Yeah, buddy. See, one of these days, you ain't going to be walking to work, sister. You're going to be walking through your vineyard. You're going to have your own land. You're going to be the princess that you are in the scriptures. Same to my sisters down there. One of these days, you're going to be the beautiful standard that the Bible says you are. Yeah, for real. Our women used to be so delicate, you didn't even let your feet touch the ground. Now you got some of these black women, they fighting and cussing and spitting. But see, that's because we've departed from our heritage. Give me Jeremiah 17:4 real quick. See, all these things we're saying about our people, man, is true. We don't love each other the way that a family should. And as a result, when one of our branches of our family is being persecuted, the other branches stand back and stand down. And it enables our assailant, the so-called white man, to subjugate us. But check this out.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
So the reason why you don't know what tribe you belong to in the Bible, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, it's because you didn't serve God the way you were supposed to when you were given his laws. And as a result, he put you in the hands of your enemies. And when you were in the hands of your enemies, the first thing that they aimed to do was to separate you from your heritage. They can't have you walking around knowing that you're truly over them and you're the nobility of the planet when they're going to build their empire on your back. And this is to any black or Hispanic or Native American woman. The white man ain't got the juice no more. Break up with him. Cut it out. Never really had it. All he had was a bag of money that he got from slavery. Love yourself enough to get with one of the men of your own nation. Give me Tobit 4:12. And we're not just saying it. The Bible tells you to separate. See, once upon a time when America called itself a Bible-believing nation, they actually kept some of the precepts of the Bible. Segregation was one of them. Because the Most High God separated the nations. Go ahead and get it.
Tobit chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers, from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
So you got the Bible telling you to get with somebody of your own tribe.
Right?
See, again, I always find it funny. You have the black woman talking about how the black man doesn't treat her like she's supposed to be treated. Well, tell me when the white man did that. I'll wait. Because the secret is out. Now, when y'all go out, it's 50-50 at best. Some of the time, our sisters are paying for everything while fronting like the white man is just escorting her to her little princess castle every night. Straight up lying. But see, the Bible tells you to stick with your own people. See, again, get me in Sirach where it says every animal liketh its own, or liketh its own kind. I believe it's in, let me try to get to it. I always forget where it's at. Because see, this is a theme throughout the whole Bible. To separate, right? And again, it's not personal. If you have a sense of self-preservation, separating is what you would do. You got it? No, you're going to have to put Sirach after all that. Yeah, because it by default, it only searches for the stuff that's in the KJV standard. There you go. You got it. 13. All praise. Yeah, and start at 15.
Sirach chapter 13, verse 15. Every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his life. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly? What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
That's all we need.
So that's all we need. What agreement is there between a lion and a hyena? Absolutely none. So my question again has to be, what agreement is there between the sons of the slave master and the sons of the enslaved? Absolutely none. See, and I find it awfully odd that everybody looks at us like we're strange. But yet, when you talk about Jim Crow, mass incarceration, slavery, all these things that our people have had to suffer, that only happened because we weren't doing what God told us to do in the first place.
When it comes to what isn't strange in this world, I'd rather be strange.
Yeah. I mean, and plus, if it's strange to have a sense of self-preservation and to separate from your enemy, I guess I'll be strange.
It's normal being sitting here running around with a man-on-man relationship, woman-on-woman. That's normal.
And to these people talking about anti-war and all that stuff, I'm still trying to figure out what did we gain from integrating with these so-called white folks. Just like I asked that Edomite the other week. I'm waiting on somebody to explain to me all the benefits that we got from relinquishing our sovereignty and individuality and yielding all of our businesses, our transportation businesses, distribution businesses, hospitals, farms, everything. We gave it all up just to integrate.
And he begged me. He got a red flag with a blue hat. He's Republican and Democrat.
I'm going to tell you, these white folks don't know what they want to do right now. They don't know if they want to be a damn Democrat or Republican because both their parties are useless. Both of them are being shown to be pedophiles and child traffickers. See, everybody talking about Donald Trump, but y'all don't remember Barney Frank, the previous the House leader before Nancy Pelosi. And he was exposed for child trafficking. And when they were going to bring him up on charges, he said, if y'all expose me, I'll expose everybody. And guess what they did? They dropped the charges. Can you pull it up for me? Barney Frank scandal. See, that's why the Bible tells you not to be ignorant of any matter, great or small. Now we're about to read this real quick. Where is it? No, where's the scandal at? Go down to the scandal. Yeah, you have to go down a little bit. Where is it? Yeah, go to personal life. Let me see real quick. Yeah,
Might be something else.
Ain't it funny? There it is. So what was Barney Frank accused of? Scandal. In 1985, Frank was still publicly closeted. That's not why. That year, he hired Steve Goby, a male prostitute, for sex, and they became more friends than sexual partners. So they got him for hiring prostitutes. The part that they don't admit is that he was basically a male madam to underage prostitutes. Right? That's where the real charges come from. But see, again, that's why I don't understand this whole, like, well, I'm going to be a Democrat or a Republican. They're just white people. And they all do the same thing. Pedophilia, bestiality, robbing, raping, and murdering. That's what they do. Yeah. I mean, all the wars that are going on have been inherited from the previous presidents. So like all this smack talking about Joe Biden and Ukraine, last time I checked, Donald Trump sent them weapons too. Last time I checked, they encouraged the Ukrainians to keep kidnapping kids off the streets and sending them to the front lines, where the average life expectancy on the battlefield is less than 4 hours.
And when you change presidency, the president at the time, they have a sit down before exchanges when they talk.
They do a warm handoff.
Yeah.
See,
This is where you need to pick up.
yeah, to the average American who thinks like, oh man, if I could just get my candidate in office, everything will change. They do a warm handoff. If you've ever worked in a job here in America, you know the new manager is going to be a reflection of the old one. Every time. That whole premise of, oh, there's a new sheriff in town. Well, I mean, does the new sheriff not kill blacks and Hispanics? No. He's on the same program as the previous one. And that's the same with your president. He's on the same program. When you look in the 90s, you had the crime bill that's responsible for mass incarceration as you see it today. That was put through by Bill Clinton. But just because Bill Clinton got on TV and played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall, remember that shit? Niggas talking about, oh, he just like us.
I didn't inhale.
Yeah, I didn't inhale. When how else can you smoke weed when you draw it into your mouth if you're not inhaling?
Right. It's not an inhalation.
But see, this is the thing. Our people do not stop and consider. How you doing, Elder? You a king on earth. If your father's a Negro, you're from the tribe of Judah. The same tribe that Christ came from. But we about to go into Jacob's trouble according to Jeremiah 30 and 5 through 11. But brother, can you get me Daniel 12 and 1 through 4? And then skip to 13, the last verse in that chapter.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
We're going to keep going.
So this time that's being spoken of here in Daniel 12, that's the time of judgment. How you doing, King? And sister. Y'all got time for the Bible today, a couple minutes?
Going to walk.
Okay. Are y'all going to be in the area?
Not for long. We gotta go walk all the way down.
Okay. Well, y'all can hear us a ways.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Y'all Israelites, man. Keep God's laws. But that's talking about the final judgment. See, again, that final judgment that everybody says they want to be ready for, what if I told you got to keep the laws of God to be ready, to be found an acceptable servant? And if I ask you how many commandments there are, you say 10, you are gravely mistaken. There are 613 commandments. So let me get this straight. If you say you serve God, but yet you don't know how to serve God according to what God told you to do, then that means you're a bad servant. If you hired a butler, and that butler slept through orientation, he ignored everything you told him, and then you expect him to maintain your estate up to your standard, well, you be a fool. Because that butler, he disregarded your knowledge, and he threw it right behind him. See, we only say this because I know a lot of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians in the times to come, you're going to be calling on God, and the Most High God is going to leave you to your fate. Let's go ahead and finish this out.
Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
So we now reside in the time in which knowledge has been increased. Many of the prophecies written in the Bible that had not come to fruition have come to pass. We see things that our forefathers, they anxiously desire to see those things come to fruition. And they died awaiting a lot of these prophecies to come to pass. Now these prophecies are happening and they're falling one after another. And most people can't be dissuaded from what they want to do other than listen to the Bible. They refuse to listen to wisdom and knowledge. But when tribulation comes, they're going to say what everybody says. Why didn't somebody warn me? Why didn't somebody tell me? Well, that's what we're here for. Let's get that last verse in that same chapter.
Daniel 12, verse 13. But go thou thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in the lot and at the end of the days.
So you're going to stand in your lot at the end of days. Well, what is your lot? Well, whatever your judgment is meant to be. Give me 2 Ezra 9 real quick. And I would love to see if anybody can show me what anti-war candidate you can vote in that's going to stop all these wars. Because I see people walking around with signs talking about war is bad, no to war. But the reality is, you say no to war when you're losing it. When you're winning a war, you don't care. After 9/11 happened, y'all were all pro-war. I remember the zealous, attitudes toward war here in America after 9/11. I remember how zealous people were to kill Gaddafi. And Libya had never done anything to America. Nobody said no war then. But now all of a sudden, Iran is putting their foot in America's ass, and all of a sudden, oh, war's bad. No, I think we need more of it, more war. Send all your troops over there so you can drop a couple missiles on them. See, again, I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden say, oh, we need to just change and do a complete 180 and about face. No, keep doing what you've been doing. You live by the sword, go die by it. And not to mention, after all them years of bombing Iran and their affiliates, I think Iran has earned a little get back. So send your Marines over there and drop them off on Karg Island so they have nowhere to go but to the grave. Because how are you going to send them reinforcements? How are you going to send them more ammo when they run out? Where's their support going to come from if the aircraft carriers can't get close enough to launch any type of offensive without getting bombed by missiles and drones?
Every time I tell somebody I ain't letting my kids go fight in the war, they're talking about, oh, it's gonna be a drone war, pretty much. That's what they're saying. It's gonna be fought by robots. But they're talking about boots on the ground and all this shit.
But again, most people don't understand America is not the preeminent owner of drones. When it comes to drone technology, they are behind Russia and China. They are playing not even third fiddle. They're playing literally like fifth or sixth fiddle to the armies of the earth. You see what Iran is doing to America? America is getting the equivalent of curb stomped.
By their little brother.
And here's the thing, Iran ain't even brought out the big guns yet. How do you say it? It's like Kormashar 5. Can you look that up? Kormashar 5 missile. Or, there you go. Iran has a missile that is theorized to be able to strike targets up to 12,000 kilometers away. No, that's not it. Hold on. Yeah. We're going to get this real quick. No, that's not true. Let me see. Kormashar. There it is. Down right there. So, yeah, it's a Quorum Shar. So hold on, let me see if I can get the fifth iteration. That's the fourth one.
Oh, sure, I ain't worried about that.
You can't even look it up. Damn, that's crazy. There it is. So, based on search results, the Quorum Shar 5 is reported as an advanced Iranian intercontinental ballistic missile variant. Unveiled around mid-2025, it is designed for a range of approximately 12,000 kilometers. Most people don't realize that puts them smack dab in the middle of America. And Iran has already said, since Israel and America are dead set on deploying nuclear weapons in case they lose the war, Iran has already said that, hey, we're going to make nuclear weapons. And Pakistan has already said, we'll give it to them if they ain't got it. How you doing, King?
How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Yes, sir. I see the weights, I see the weights.
And the rocks.
Oh, yeah, get them, Elder. Yeah, buddy.
Take care.
You too, you too. Keep God's commandments. Right? So you got a missile from Iran that's capable of reaching America. And last time I checked, Kim Jong-un said, if y'all hit America, we will too. And they've already debuted their missiles that are capable of hitting this place. For real, man, they gonna hit y'all with the doomsday device for real, for real. What a rush. Yeah, that's for those of y'all who ain't a classic wrestling fan. That's the Road Warriors, right? But they got the doomsday device. That was their special move, right? But see, the doomsday device I'm talking about are nuclear missiles. See, all of America's enemies, they understand the name of the game. In order to get America out of your business, you got to have the missiles and the weapons in order to force America to back up. Why do you think they didn't want to invade Iran till now? America didn't even want to strike Iran. It's because Israel struck them first. And after that, America was like, well, shit, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yep. That's how you handle a brawler. A lot of times you got to step to them, take their forward momentum away from them.
Oh, if you can survive the initial onslaught, a lot of times they gas out. And what's happening to America right now? They're saying we're almost out of weapons, and Israel is on record saying the IDF is about to collapse. So again, just like we said, if you can survive the initial onslaught, they ain't got nothing left in the tank.
Ain't that what they say usually when somebody's saying something like out loud about somebody else? They're usually talking about themselves.
Oh yeah, projection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What Trump was doing.
America's been projecting weakness onto all her enemies. And now it's plain to see that the emperor has no clothes. I don't know what the fuck going on.
We that one, sir?
Nah, you take a picture.
He was doing this.
Yeah, she's doing the same pose.
Oh, okay. It was telling me what to do. Okay.
Hey man, the folly here in Babylon knows no bounds. And see, and the stuff that we're talking about, man, this stuff is being plainly stated by America's enemies. There are people walking around right now, you are going to die in a war that you were not even aware of because you were too busy being focused on shit that don't matter.
Right.
Too focused on trying to have fun. Meanwhile, the white man stirring up strife all over the earth. That's why we try to tell blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, come back to your God and to your people. How you doing, King? You believe in the Bible at all? Are you Mexican by chance?
Yes, sir.
You come from the tribe of Issachar. You're an Israelite. Keep God's commandments. Issachar in the Hebrew means he who is hired. Who are the hardest working people on the planet? Mexican people, hands down. The Bible says Issachar is likened unto a strong donkey crouching between two burdens. When you look at the unofficial animal for Mexico, you got the donkey with the two satchels on. See, all these things we're saying, it's to have your ears perk up and go, damn, I didn't know that. Let me learn more about my heritage. But more times than not, our people will hear this stuff and they'll go, that's cool.
Walk away.
And they just walk away. You should be asking at least, what does God require of me as Issachar, as Judah, as Benjamin? What does God require of me, considering that we are God's chosen? Get that in Matthew. Good master, how am I to inherit the kingdom of heaven? Because Christ tells you, if you are to enter into life, keep the commandments. I know some of y'all believe in the rapture. Okay, that's cool, whatever. But if you want to be raptured and go to heaven, you need to keep the commandments. Yeah, good master, what shall I do that I might enter into the kingdom? Something like that. Yeah, go ahead and get that.
It's Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do, that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
So those are the words of Christ saying, if you're trying to get the kingdom of heaven, keep the commandments. And again, if you only think there's 10 of them, you're gravely mistaken. I had to, man. Well, that's a mosquito. That's different, nigga. Right? But, you know, our people, man, they think like just believing in God is enough. Get me the devils believe and tremble. Right? See, most of y'all don't realize Satan and his minions believe in God too. That don't stop them from doing their job. As a matter of fact, that's why they do their job all the more with zeal and gusto. Because God told them to. Go ahead and get it.
They go up here from there. Yeah, that one as well. That's
James chapter 2, verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
So all these demonic entities that people say they dealing with, all these left-hand agents, they believe in God just like the angels do. See, ain't nobody out here operating on their own accord. Everybody knows God exists. Especially when you start talking about spiritual entities. But even the wicked entities understand that you not only believe in God, but you do what God told you to do. And if the Most High God made your job to be the tempter, the accuser, the person who leads the Israelites astray, or the spirit that's to lead them astray, if that's what God created you to do, then damn it, that's your job. Like, again, it's not personal, man. It's just a matter of knowing these scriptures. But, brother, can you get me 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1 through 11? We always get it, but we got to keep getting it. Because the wicked of the earth are being revealed. That's one of the things that the Epstein files has helped with. That's the revealing of the wicked of the earth. Now people know when you want to talk about child trafficking, you're talking about none other than the white man. When you want to talk about bestiality, you talk about none other than the white man. When you want to talk about cannibalism, see, a lot of y'all focus on all the pedophilia, and I'm not saying that that's something to overlook. But one of the things that came out in those Epstein files is that they were eating people as well. They were hunting a lot of the black boys and girls that they were trafficking as well. That's also in those emails. The most dangerous game. See, again, and the white man, he writes about that stuff all the time. The most dangerous game where he hunts human beings. And see, if y'all don't think they put that into practice, look up Gary Ridgway. Serial killer. What he would do is he would kidnap prostitutes, and then he would literally hunt them. Yep. Try to get a synopsis. Yeah, that right there. Overview, right there. Bam. Cool. How y'all doing today? Got time for the Bible?
I always got time for Bible.
Okay, well, before you go, you know what tribe you come from, brother, in the Bible? Okay, are you a Negro, your father? So-called Negro, a black man?
He's a black man.
Okay, you're from the same tribe we from, tribe of Judah, the same tribe that Christ came from. So as Israelites, what should we be doing, brother?
Tell me.
I'll show you. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It'll be the only one. And before we read this, how many commandments are there, brother? 10. There's 613.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So our whole duty, brothers and sisters, is to keep God's commandments. If you only think there's 10, but there's 613, that means there's a large portion that you aren't going to do. Did you know it's a commandment to vote for somebody of your own people? That's a commandment in Deuteronomy. Yes, sir. So what if you wanted to vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? According to the Bible, you can't do that. You got time? I can show you. It's in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Go to Deuteronomy. I believe it's 17. Go to Deuteronomy 17 real quick. Yeah. And this is to my camera. We delight in showing our people, 17:15. We delight in showing our people these things because when you say you know God through his commandments, right? Check this out.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren.
From where?
One from among thy brethren.
Go.
Shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Now, if your pastor told you that, now when you go looking for leadership, you wouldn't look outside your people. Because a lot of times we can't even talk to each other because we're inviting everybody else into our family business. That's all we're out here to do, brother, and brothers like us, right? Is to tell you to come back to your God, keep the commandments. All right, King? All right, y'all be safe, all right? Yes, sir, yes, sir. And God's name is Yahweh. Yahweh, meaning he who exists. And Christ's real name is Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, meaning anointed Savior. Think about it like this. You've been praying to God your whole life calling him Mister, because God is just the title. Those y'all who have children, you know how deep that cuts when your kids don't even refer to you properly. They hold up somebody else as being better than you in your own house. We've been doing that to our God until the point that we learned his real name. Once you know God's real name, make sure you pray to him in that right name and face the east. Give me the last verse in Malachi 1. His name is dreadful to the heathen. And I'm thankful that they stopped. You know what I'm saying? A little bit is a lot. You know, you throw one seed, it might not seem like much. Yeah, you throw a mustard seed down. The mustard tree is one of the largest trees in nature. But it's one of the smallest seeds at the beginning of its life cycle. So I'm not concerned if you get a lot or a little, as long as you take in something. But go ahead and get it.
Malachi chapter 1, verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
So it is a right of honor to know God's real name, to use his real name. And it is an honor that has been relegated only for the Israelites, because his real name is dreadful to the heathen. That's why you don't hear them saying it. The closest that you hear is Hashem, meaning the name. Yeah, you got to understand, the Most High God's real name ain't everybody just saying. That's why the people in Israel today, the fake Jews, they say Hashem. Or they try to say Yahweh when there are no E's in Paleo Hebrew. His real name is Yahweh. Yahweh. See, and that's why we're out here. We have to bring our people back to their true heritage. Because I'm going to tell you, your enemy is not going to tell you your real heritage. Because he knows if you start keeping God's commandments, hey, the Most High God going to raise you up and deliver you out of his hand. But brother, let's go back to 2 Thessalonians. Yes, sir. See, and we're just trying to tell our people, man, never trust thine enemy. Yeah, it was 1, and then we're going to read 1 through 11. Go ahead and get it.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 1. Paul and Silvanus and Timotheus unto the church of the Thessalonians, and God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Grace unto you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. We are bound to thank God always for you, brethren, as it is meet, because that your faith groweth exceedingly, and the charity of every one of you all toward each other aboundeth, so that we are.
Are you in first?
Yeah. Oh,
You say first or second? Second Thessalonians 1.
Oh, yeah, keep going. We probably could have skipped forward a little bit. My bad. Keep going.
verse 4. So that we ourselves glory in you, in the churches of God, for our patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure.
Oh, you're in 1. No, 2 Thessalonians 2.
So, oh, two.
I was like, man, that shit sounds foreign as hell, bro. No, you good? Yeah, I was like, am I tripping?
Salakia.
No, you good.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And the son of perdition is being revealed. The falling away has already happened. Most of our people have completely departed from their heritage. Right? The average black, Hispanic, and Native Indian don't understand that they're the Israelites. Y'all don't know that y'all are the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You've already departed from your heritage. But now the son of perdition, or pain, is being revealed. Keep going, brother.
Somebody need to hear that 2 Thessalonians chapter 1.
Hey, man, all praise.
Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
So it's being exposed. When Vladimir Putin exposed the Russian icons, showing Christ as a so-called black man, who was the people who showed themselves as Christ? Depicting Christ as a so-called white man. Depicting God as a so-called naked white man who wants to be surrounded by naked children. The so-called white man did that. The tribe of Edom. The son of perdition. See, again, all these things are coming to pass according to the Bible, but more times than not, our people just don't have the wherewithal to listen to this knowledge as it's being plainly spoken.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you, your pastor in the church ain't going to tell you the prophecies of the Bible. Straight up. How you doing, brother? Got time for the Bible? All right, man. Do you believe in the Bible? What tribe you come from in it? Are you Mexican, brother? You from the tribe of Issachar, brother. Yes, sir. You're an Israelite. See, and Issachar means he who is hired. Hardest working people on the planet are our Mexican brothers and sisters. I know black folks, you want to claim to work harder, but your track record don't show that. I'm just being real. The Mexican man, he do so much work. He work when he go back home. After doing construction and paving roofs and doing all this work, he go back home and fix his cars, do landscaping, make clothes, do everything. Like, and people talking about they want a superpower. I want the superpower of hard work. Because the things you can accomplish with diligence and hard work. That's why black folks, despite all of our work and our suffering here in America, we haven't really accomplished much. Except for handing all of our accomplishments to the so-called white man. Patterson Car Company made the car. Black men. We don't own that. Black woman invented GPS. The same GPS they put in their missiles, by the way, to bomb everybody with. We don't own that. Sold it for nothing. We invented refrigeration, the locomotive, the helicopter. We can go on and on and on. Hell, we invented the little, you know, when you have a vent and you change the way the air blows on the vent, we invented that too.
Well, I guess it wasn't necessarily some of them didn't sell it. I mean, of course, the slavery, they stole it, and then later on, you worked for a company. Well, you did this within the company, so now we own it. That's the shit they be pulling all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but that I don't expect anything less than a thief would do that. See, and that's something that we try to tell our people: never trust thine enemy. I'm trying to figure out where is this pivotal crux in America, this time period where all of a sudden the so-called white man went from being our adversary and enemy and became our friend?
That's a good question.
And can you look up that word for me, crux? C-R-U-X. Where are the days where we went through a remediation period and they compensated us for all the suffering and the work that we did for free, and then we just went forward hand in hand as equal partners? When did that happen? You stand guard. You see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So crux is Latin for cross. So where is this crossroads of sort where we went from being enemies and became friends? Because last time I checked, they've always been killing us. Nah, that's all we needed.
Generally denoting the central pivotal point of a matter, argument, or problem.
Okay. Central pivotal point of a matter or problem. See, and again, we only bring these things out rhetorically because it never happened. To my Hispanic brothers and sisters, when did the white man give you your land back? When did he stop locking you in cages talking about you're an illegal alien on your own land? When did he stop doing that?
Maybe when you get what he promised you, 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah, when did you get your 40 acres and a mule? And he didn't just promise that. He didn't just promise that to black people. He promised that to the descendants of slaves.
Right, gone,
And he enslaved blacks, Hispanics, and natives all at the same time.
gone. And a rifle.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a musket so you can defend your land. Defend it from who? Him. That's why he didn't give it to you.
Too many niggas on.
That's why, as much as they didn't want to use black soldiers during the Civil War, they were forced to. And the side with the most black soldiers won. Because we are special people unto the Most High God. We the best of the best. Without us, you can't move.
One fighting for something they thought they was going to get. One thought they was going to get some actual freedom, the other one was going to stand still.
Yep. And the right answer was to do nothing.
Gone.
Don't fight for nobody. So now we're at that same crossroads. America's about to have to go fight Iran. Well, they don't have to. They're choosing to go fight Iran. And because it's going poorly, now all of a sudden, they'll dismiss one possession charge. I don't know if you know that. So now if you have a single possession charge on your record that kept you from service, they'll overlook it. So potheads are now allowed in the Marines and Army and all that because the white man need them. Now the age for registration to basically be drafted is 42. You're seeing him become more and more lax on the criteria to be part of his army because now he's like, look, you blacks and Hispanics, what's it going to take?
You know they're going to be drafting niggas that's locked up.
Oh, yeah. To you brothers and sisters who are locked up, that's going to be the deal that he uses to get you out.
Time off.
If you're willing to join the army and serve 4 years, we'll let you out today. Especially if you went there for a non-violent offense. Just give him time. Hell, some of y'all got relatives in the armed services right now because they were in court. And the judge said, hey, look, you're going to either go do a bid or you're going to the Marines. I had a cousin who had that same, little deal extended to him. He chose to go to jail. And guess what? All praises.
Gone.
He might have chosen in ignorance, but goddamn it, it's the right answer. I don't care how you got it.
I had a homeboy, he broke into somebody's house and they gave him that option. That is the army. He went to the army.
Yeah, more times than not, man, when pressed, Jake, he fold up, man. Because most blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians don't understand. You have a God to serve over everything else. And see, now that they talking about the age of registration is 42 for the draft service, y'all gonna have to choose.
Just past that.
But see, eventually, how you doing, King?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, keep the commandments. You see what's going on, man?
Hey, God is good, man.
God is good.
God is good, man.
All the time, King. I don't even know what she said. She screamed something. I hope she was screaming at her children. I sure the hell ain't listening to that shit. And it's like I tell these white folks all the time, you had 500 years to get it right. And you chose to get it wrong every single day until you needed us. All of a sudden, now let's be a family, let's come together. No, let's stay split up. Let's stay dysfunctional. But, verse 6, keep going.
All praise.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 6. And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs of lying wonders, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
So the Most High God is allowing the son of perdition, whose works are after the coming of Satan, to be revealed. And the Messiah, in this very same chapter, is said to be coming here to destroy these people by the sword that proceeds out of his mouth. In other words, with the judgment that he pronounces on them. That's why we're trying to tell blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians the time is at hand. You got to choose. You're going to have to choose. And hopefully you choose to not hold hands with your enemies, because they have a debt to pay back. And that debt has to be paid in none other than blood. And they will pay in the same blood that we paid in, the blood of our children. Get me Psalms 137. See, I know some of y'all hear stuff like that and y'all go, man, God would never do that. What do you mean? God wants the blood of children? What? That's not right. But see, if y'all understood who the God of the Bible was, he remembers the days of old. He remembers when the white man used to feed your baby to alligators. He remembers hit the nigger baby. He remembers all those things. And start at, start at 7.
Start at 5, as a matter of fact.
Psalms chapter 137, verse 5. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Race it.
O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall we be, or shall he be, that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he.
Hold on. We're going to get that.
We're going to get that last verse. How did they serve us? They dashed our babies against rocks. They threw them over cliffs. They've done all types of atrocities to us. So the Most High God is saying, hey, look, they're going to be rewarded according to how they served the Israelites. Let's see what this final verse says.
Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
You believe in the Bible, King? That's a shame. But see, that's the Most High God saying that he's going to get your vengeance for you, even if you're too cowardly to get it,
Gone.
or too cowardly to stand up for your own people.
Gone.
How y'all doing today? Y'all got time for the Bible?
I do, but I go to church on Sunday.
Okay, so you can answer this question, sister. What tribe you come from in the Bible? Is your father a so-called black man? You come from the same tribe that Christ came from. Can I show you the word niggers in the Bible real quick? No, only 2 seconds. You ain't never heard it before, just hear it now. Get Acts 13:1. I know.
Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called niggers.
That's all we need. And that means black. So the original Christians were called black. My question is, why don't your pastor tell you that? See, he tells you that God loves everybody. But then if you ask him, where does it say that in the Bible? Then he'll start bumbling and fumbling and beatboxing. Because the Bible don't say that. And last time I checked, Most High God don't love murderers. Most High God don't love land thieves. Most High God don't love the people who enslave his children. To say he does, that would brand God the same brand of evil that the so-called white man is here in America. It really should. And the sad part is, that sister wants to listen, other sisters just want to walk up the street. When we could show you in the Bible where all the things that happened to you in your life that put you on the path of being who you are, why it happened. I know that's low-hanging fruit, bro. I ain't gonna do that. Normally I would, but you know, because at least one sister stopped. She wanted a little bit. And see, if the sister had more time, I let her know God don't dwell in temples made with hands. And see, and I say this all the time. If we were some OnlyFans models up here twerking, people wouldn't be going, oh, I'm going to turn around and go another way. They would pass by the twerk party going, hey, hey. But since we're reading the Bible, all of a sudden everybody gets skittish. See, that's why the Bible says our people are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. See, that's why we don't change our message. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you are God's chosen, whether you want to be or not. Get me Deuteronomy 28 and start at 56. You got it? All praise.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly, in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
So that literally just read out the current situation of the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American woman. The lacking of delicateness, the lacking of ladylike behavior, abortion, devouring your children, whether it's to have a college career or to have a job. It's right here in the Bible. For a want of straightness in the siege. Look up that word siege for me. See, when somebody lays siege to you, it is a prolonged attack. Where they often restrict trade routes, they restrict movement, and they isolate you to the point where you can't get any type of support or aid. Go ahead and get it. Oh, I'll get it. A siege, a military blockade of a city or fortress with the intent of conquering by attrition or by well-prepared assault. And the first thing that comes up is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
I only put in siege too, so.
See, again, when you start talking about terms of war, that's where all the little search engines that work, it doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
Because how is Esau ruling? By the sword.
Right.
War is your currency, Mr. White Man. Everywhere you've gone all over the earth, that's what you do.
That's right.
He held up the devil horns. That's the horn hand. See, everybody thinks it's the two fingers. Nope, that's the horn hand too. And they'll go, hang 10, dude, while they throw up the horn hand. Again, they can't help but be who they are in the Bible. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
You believe in the Bible, King?
Of course.
What tribe you come from in it? Do you know?
I know.
Are you Mexican? Issachar means he who is hired. Issachar. Y'all have a city in Puebla called Issachar de Matamoros. The Mexican man already knows who he is. The problem is he don't teach all his children. So as a result, y'all go as far back as the Aztecs, which just means people of time. But see, the thing is, if you go all the way back, you're the children of Issachar, one of the tribes of Israel. And the black man is your brother from the tribe of Judah. The Venezuelan man is your brother from the tribe of Asher, along with the Colombians. Shit, if you go to Argentina, you got the Neptalites, Neptali. See, again, we're all over the earth. But the thing is, how y'all doing? Y'all believe in the Bible? You Mexican, brother? What are you, Filipino? From where? Okay. I couldn't hear. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that country.
I don't even know.
Forgive me.
Right.
Yeah, I might not have heard it right. But we everywhere. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's why we would much rather people just come up and talk to us, because I'm probably one of the few brothers who could take you relatively around the world. That's my specialty. That's what I study. But the thing is, though, most blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, I say it all the time, man, you don't stop and consider. You don't stop and consider how you're the best, the brightest, and the strongest. You've been taken over by people who need sunscreen to go outside. You never stop and consider. You don't stop and consider how Planned Parenthood has resulted in tens of millions of deaths of your babies, and how they put those Planned Parenthood centers or those clinics in your neighborhood. Yeah, just the black man alone lost 22 million babies since 1973. Look up Margaret Sanger when you get home, y'all. You don't have to, bro. Look her up. She said Negroes are like weeds, not to be exterminated. She's the mother of Planned Parenthood. And she didn't think any better of Native Hispanics, by the way. See, we have to keep saying this stuff, man. I know if anybody listens to us, we sound like a broken record out here. But you Israelites tend to learn slow because you get distracted real easy. How you doing, sister? Oh, now we're looking for the sign. Uh-oh. Did you know that bird you passed right there, that's God's favorite bird? I'm sorry? Okay, you good. Do your thing. See, again, people will choose death rather than life. It told you in Deuteronomy 30, death shall be chosen rather than life. She says she's looking for something. Yeah, it's called the Bible. It's called the living waters of the scriptures. Because if you believe in the Bible and you go to church, you should be asking, how come my pastor don't tell me who I am in the Bible? Oh yeah. If my name was Rocky, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? If you were having a rock party up here, she'd be like, yeah, I'm at home. I done found it. But see, the thing is, we got the one drug that never stops with the highs. There are no lows when you get these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Look up the word drug for me, by the way, too. See, it's just a substance that produces a physiological effect on your body. So, could I describe the Bible as a drug? Yeah.
Drug is a non-nutrient chemical substance that, when absorbed into the body, causes a biological effect, such as treating diseases affecting structure or function or altering mood. Usage includes ingestion, injection, or inhalation. Any substance other than food or water that affects a living organism, function, or structure.
So the method of introduction to the body might vary, but I cannot think of any less appropriate word than drug to describe the Bible, because it produces all those effects that we just read. Especially when you come to understand the meaning of the scriptures. Right? That's right. See, again, man, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't understand, man. Your days of turning your back on the Bible, them days about to come to a swift end. And as I said that, a bird flew swiftly over our head. That shit about to come to a swift conclusion. Because the Most High God, he's sick of y'all turning your back on him. He's sick of y'all latching yourselves onto every movement that's not going to afford you any progress. But, so we read in 2 Thessalonians 2 that the wicked are being revealed. Give me Jeremiah 49 and 10 through 11. Jeremiah, yes sir, 49, 10 through 11. Or 10 through 13 as a matter of fact.
Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Lead thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink.
Lucky Engine 7.
Verse 11, lead thy fatherless children, I will preserve you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lead thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, and reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
So Esau is being laid bare, and he can't hide himself. And the Most High God put it on his own name, that he's going to render these people desolate. That's why you're seeing this rapid descent and decline of Western empire, whether it be here in America, Britain. See, if y'all are familiar with what's going on in the UK, they're whining about a bunch of so-called Africans coming into the UK. But they wouldn't come in if you weren't inviting them on work visas because you're not having children. So you can't blame people for coming to your so-called nation when you can't produce enough babies to keep all the jobs running, to keep all your services like sanitation services, right? Security services, law enforcement. Y'all aren't producing enough children, so-called white folks. And as a result, there's a lot of gaps. And you got to fill them gaps in with your slaves like you've always done. And as soon as you get your slaves there, you start whining about it. There's too many of them around. But the reality is, we wouldn't be here if we weren't needed. See, I know it's a spectacle. Yeah, this chart here says blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the Israelites. The real children of God in this hemisphere. Right? Because we're scattered everywhere. You know, them people that you took from the Democratic Republic of Congo during the transatlantic slave trade. I believe it's in the 1500s, the cartographer named Livio Sanudo, he called that place Terrarum Judaeum, or Judorum, meaning land of the Jews. Because he was more than aware that the real Israelites were in the Democratic Republic of Congo. When you look at the Negro land map, I forget his first, look that up, Negro land map, I need the cartographer's name. His last name is Cartwright. And ain't that apropos, Mr. Cartwright. Emmanuel Bowen, where's that Cartwright guy? It don't matter. Emmanuel Bowen, right? But Negro land, they called, where you see Ghana and Togo today, they called that the Kingdom of Judah. So it's never been a secret who so-called black people are, so-called Negroes. They've always known that we are the rightful tribe of Judah. So if that knowledge has always been known, who are those people over in Israel today claiming to be the tribe of Judah? But they're the ones who enslaved the tribe of Judah. But, so we see in Jeremiah 49 that Esau is being exposed. According to prophecy, Most High God has laid Esau bare. And as a result, he can't hide himself. And whenever the so-called white man feels pressured, he falls back on his old behaviors. Rape, robbery, and murder. Did you see that video they just released of the Israelis torturing I believe it's like a 2-year-old baby? Yeah, they drove a nail through his leg and was burning him with cigarettes. Trying to get his father to give him some information when all he was a cattle herder. What information does he have? But see, the reality is, that was just a convenient opportunity for the so-called white man to do what he does best. Torture children.
We don't know nothing. Let's do this for fun.
Yeah, let's do this for fun. Have you seen the videos of the soldiers from the IDF posing in women's lingerie?
Yeah.
Posing in the dresses of their victims? Desecrating their houses? See, again, that's no different than what they did over here. That's the same thing they did in America and Canada, Mexico and South America. That's how when the so-called Israeli tries to say he's not white, your behavior is, y'all all do the same shit. When you look at Oliver Cromwell, the man who pushed the so-called blacks out of the UK, because you know the original inhabitants of Europe were black and tawny people. Ben Franklin in his letter told you that Europe is largely black or tawny. And for those of y'all saying that he meant that they were olive skinned, he juxtaposes it by saying that they're like Africans who are largely black and tawny.
Let me clarify.
Yeah, just to clarify. But see, the thing is, most of you blacks and Hispanics, you don't consider, and you damn sure don't read. So all this information that we're giving you, I mean, shit, it's like pouring water into a paper towel. All it does is just fall through that shit. And that's sad, because we have the potential to be the brightest people on the planet. Instead, we choose to be the most dull and miseducated people on the planet.
Dumb themselves down for white man.
For real, dumbing yourself down to get a check. A check, that ain't worth nothing now, by the way. But, brother, can you get me Jeremiah 16 and 14 through 21? Right? Because the time in which the God of the Bible is no longer spoken of is upon the earth. See, people say God, but they don't talk about the Most High God, Yahweh, in the same spirit of how they used to talk about it. See, y'all don't understand. The Elamites, or the people of Persia, they used to sing in terror about our God liberating us from Egypt. The so-called Hamite, he used to tremble, remembering the judgment that befell the sons of Mizraim when the plagues came, when Pharaoh refused to let our people go. When Pharaoh and his army drowned in the Red Sea. They used to tremble, and they would whisper about the Israelites and their God. Now, it's no longer said that the Most High God liveth. Let's see that in the Bible.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14.
Bring it up.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after,
Hold on. We're going to get back to it. Stay right there.
So the days are coming where the Most High God is going to restore his children and take them home. But it also says that the days will come where the Most High God is going to send for many fishers. When Yahushua told his apostles to be fishers of men, he sent them to preach the gospel, just like we're preaching it now. We're fishing for our people, bidding them to repentance. Yeah, come have a seat over here and get the word.
Walking in circles.
So I'm going to tell you, the reason why the Most High God got you walking in circles is to come get this Bible. Well, the Bible says the white man's going into slavery, so amen.
All praise.
All praises. Can't happen soon enough. The people taking peace from the earth. Y'all need to go and be put in a cage somewhere. It is what it is, man. See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are God's chosen.
That's right.
And because most of our people, especially our men, they've been conditioned to love everybody equally, when your people need the most love and attention. If you have an army who fights for everybody, that means they fight for no one. You ain't figured that out yet?
Doing that shit out of fear, though.
The white man conditions you like that on purpose. Because if you understood that you're supposed to be standing erect and tall for your people, then you wouldn't let your children be shoved in cages at the border. You wouldn't be smiling in these people's faces when they're walking up and down stolen land. You wouldn't delight in when they start trying to make your food and sing your music. You would look at that for what it is, theft. But because we've been conditioned to love everybody, well, all of a sudden you start hearing things like black culture is for everybody. You don't own cuisine. You don't own culture. The white man don't say that. Try claiming Frank Sinatra, who was Southern Italian, by the way. But try claiming Frank Sinatra and watch these white folks get bent out of shape. Try saying Elvis was an imposter, which he was. Can you look up musician Elvis stole his style from? Look that up real quick. Let's try saying that in front of a bunch of so-called white music lovers and watch them become like an angry hornet's nest. So the man's name is Roy Hamilton. From all the hip thrusting, the dance moves, the way he sang, even some of his songs, Elvis stole them all. And when he wasn't stealing from Roy Hamilton, he was stealing from Little Richard and Chubby Checker. See, again, most blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you don't understand that if you truly love your people, you don't give away what the Most High God has given to you that makes you special. As a matter of fact, let's go to Baruch 4 real quick. See, and I notice that as our black and Hispanic and Native Indian sisters and brothers walk by, they get real uptight when we start talking about putting our people first. Yeah, that uncomfortable, like, oh, you know, I can't believe you saying this out loud. Yeah, I'm saying it out loud. Why aren't you? Like, looking straight cooned out. My question is, why aren't you? See, again, I've said it before. Most of y'all, when it comes to the day of judgment, y'all gonna be talking to God, talking about, well, how come you didn't make me stronger, Lord, or give me money, more money than I had in my life, so I can have the ability to absorb a loss, like losing my job? Why didn't you give me, you know, a more imposing presence, so I didn't have to fear my enemies? But here's the thing: the Most High God, He told Jeremiah, as a child, you can go by yourself. And I'm sending you to the most rebellious house on the planet, the Israelites. You ain't got no excuse. See, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, there's a special burden put on your shoulders, and that's the well-being of your people. And guess what? You're failing. Because you're too damn scared of the white man frowning at you. You're too scared of losing a job. You're too scared of people saying, well, you're preaching hate. The white man didn't say that when he enslaved you. He don't say that when he locks your kids in cages. All of a sudden, you get a spot in your back to stand up for your people. All of a sudden, he brands you the hateful one. But let's get that in Baruch 4 real quick. Hold on. See, again, man, the few things piss me off more than that, man. Cooned out Israelites. No, get me verse 3.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee, to a strange nation.
I'll keep going.
O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel.
That's all we need.
So we're not supposed to be sharing what makes us special. The laws of the Bible were given to the Israelites. You were never instructed to instruct the nations that put you in slavery how to serve your God. You were never told to do that. You were also never told to extend an olive branch of peace. If the Most High God don't declare peace, how do you have authority to override Him? When the Most High God declared war.
Right.
I say it all the time. You ain't gotta like it. Do what you're told. When the white man tell you to come to work on time, you ain't got no problem with that. When he says pay your rent or your mortgage, you ain't got no problem with that. But when God says to do what I told you to do, all of a sudden you got questions. And that's exactly why the white man foot is in your ass. Because you got questions.
Give them the same speech they give us when they're trying to fire us. I didn't want to do this, but it's out of my hands.
Yes, it's above me.
Wow.
It's above me, man.
Take their ass out.
See, and that's one of the things that I try to stress to our people when they try to say, well, man, you're just preaching hate. Did the Most High God say that there's a time for everything? He did. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3. There's a time to love and a time to hate. I would say we're in the time of the latter. You ain't got to like it. And see, too many of you blacks and Hispanics, you think your God is a God of fun. You think you going to see Yahweh Shai when he come back, he will having a big old Chuck E. Cheese costume. Yeah, doing damn party horns and shit. Like, man, Yahweh Shai coming back to kill some people, man. He doth judge and make war. You know that horse white and clean that he's supposed to be riding on? The sword that he's supposed to have that proceeds out of his mouth? See, most of y'all don't read the Bible with the intent of understanding what's going on. You read the Bible just to assure yourself that you're righteous. Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Because if you're reading the Bible with the intent of being righteous, you might want to listen to this.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he has commanded us.
So righteousness in the eyes of God is keeping the commandments. So I'm sorry, but where's room for volunteering at soup kitchens and adopting kittens? Where's all that? God don't care about that. God said, keep my commandments. That is your righteousness in his eyes. If you think there's only 10 commandments, there's 613. Can you imagine you got a test at school and it has 613 questions and you only did 10 of them? You got a big old F. Not even not even a 50. Not even close. As a matter of fact, a teacher might just give you a 0. Hey, you didn't complete the test. And see, most of you know damn well there's more than 10. Because the Passover's not part of the 10. Last time I checked. I'm not saying that should, but sexual assault is not part of the 10 commandments. But it is a commandment. You're not supposed to do it.
Right.
So most of y'all know by way of practice that there's more than 10 commandments. It's just by way of focus and practice, you choose not to do it. And that's exactly why you're in the hands of your enemies, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because you think the laws of God are like a pick and pull. You just get to take the little bits of it that you find nice and agreeable, and you leave the rest.
Right.
Bible says not to eat pork. You're like, I don't like that. We can't have a good day when we're in slavery, man. Until you white folks go in slavery, it's going to be bad days for everybody. Ask them people in Iran that y'all bombed. Hey, how about them Hispanics y'all shoving in cages at the border? See, again, he talking about have a good day. How? You're here. I'm trying to figure it out. How? Kids ain't safe. Who are the people trafficking all the children? I'll wait. How about the people raping all the dogs around here? I'll wait. Yes, just desecrating everything. How about that river right there that looks like shit water? We didn't do that. You did that, Mr. White Man. And I used to live in San Antonio over 20 years ago when that water was so clear, you could see to the bottom of it. Know who fucked that up? None other than the white man. So until you disappear, Mr. White Man, everyone is not safe. Hey, man, that's the truth. The party ain't a party till Esau's gone. See, again, I see y'all get real uncomfortable. That's why the Most High God keep having to remind you who he is. Get me a deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword in Psalm. See, King David tried to let y'all know. The wicked of the earth, that's how the Most High God, he disciplines the Israelites. He uses the so-called white man as a whipping stick to beat the backs of his unruly children. See, I expect that from our sisters looking uncomfortable, but you men, I don't expect that from you. I expect you to stand resolute like a soldier and receive instruction from the Bible. But that goes to show that there are very few soldier-minded men out here willing to lay their lives down in honor of their God. Very few. No, deliver me. No. No, which is thy sword. You can just put which is thy sword. Slocking, man. I should have been able to guide you a little bit better on that. But we still won't get it. There it is. Yep.
Get that verse from above it too.
Psalms chapter 17, verse 12.
Get up.
Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and it's as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
See, we're supposed to be praying to the Most High God for deliverance out of the hands of our slave master. Most of y'all are praying for a better job here in Babylon, not understanding that the time of prosperity here in America, them days are over. And all praise to the Most High God for it. This place can't end soon enough. Are y'all against the war in Iran? Y'all against that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck America, right? I'm for that. But here's the thing. Don't you want to learn who your people are in Iran? The people that they call Abid or slave? See, before y'all all of a sudden want to lay your lives down for somebody thousands of miles away from you, just know they put you in slavery in the sub-Saharan slave trade, in the Indian Ocean slave trade. See, that's why I keep trying to tell blacks and Hispanics, before you dedicate yourself to putting out a fire in someone else's house, why don't you put out the fire that's right in front of you? Your kids are being shoved in cages at the border. What business do you have defending Iranians? I'll wait. Last time I checked, Iran is more than capable of defending themselves. The fact that America's about to institute a draft is evidence of that. How that song go, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine? Some of y'all got your ass whooped to that song. I know I did. But that song had some wisdom in it. Take care of your own problems in your own house with your own family before you go meddling with somebody else. And you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have never done that. As a result, the white man puts you on the front line of all his battles. And you run out there with gusto just to sacrifice your life for a cause that you ultimately find to be against your best interests. Shit it's pathetic, man. And it's funny, you would assume two black men trying to uplift our Native Hispanic brothers and sisters, that'd be received with kindness. Instead, they look at us like, man, why y'all saying all that? Why y'all calling out the white man like that? You gonna get us in all types of troubles. Oh yeah. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. I be trolling my wife with that shit. Put love in your heart. Where there is hate, you have to clean it up. That type of shit. See, but when it says put love in your heart, that's love for your people according to the Bible. That ain't wanting to hug everybody. Let's get what love is real quick. Give me 1 John 5. See, again, man, most of y'all, when y'all say y'all love God, y'all don't know what you're saying. Because the Most High God, you can't hug the Most High or give him a handshake or dap him up. And words are empty words. They're just empty professions that mean nothing. How do you show someone that you love them? Let's see.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So loving the Most High God or loving another Israelite all involve doing what God told you to do, keeping his commandments. So even though I was saying it facetiously, when I say put love in your heart, I'm talking about the love of the Bible. I'm not talking about wanting to hug every damn body. See, your enemy told you that, and he's got you hugging him while he's still got the whip in his hand. But either way, brother, can you get me? Give me Sirach 36 and 1 through 5. Because see, what's about to come to pass, all these wars that's happening, all these threats of nuclear bombardment, because see, most of y'all ain't checking the news like that. America is getting a lot of warnings from Russia and Iran and other affiliates that if y'all keep doing what you're doing, we're going to wipe y'all off the face of the planet. China threatened America the other month, about 2 weeks ago, with the DF-61, an intercontinental ballistic missile more than capable of reaching over here, has 60 warheads on it that will all be nuclear in nature, and a hydrogen bomb just to top it all off. China said it would only take one to destroy you niggas.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, for real, the nigga who sprinkled the salt on shit, that's what China did. And most of y'all are none the wiser because you're too busy trying to weep for people who don't weep for you. Trying to represent people who don't represent you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. God's chosen people. And yes, your people are scattered to the four winds of the earth. However, if you haven't done your homework with geography and history, don't be concerned about them. Just know you're an Israelite and keep God's commandments. You'll get filled in on the details later. Go ahead and get it.
Sirach chapter 36, verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord God of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power, as thou wast sanctified in us before them. So be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O God.
So to my native Hispanic brothers and sisters, you should be praying that these heathen who are putting your kids in cages at the border come to know God the same way you've come to know him, through his judgment. Because why do you think the white man has the power to do that to you? Especially considering that the white man is not the black man's equal or the native Hispanic man's equal, by a long shot. So how in the hell are they able to subjugate us like this? Hell, I'll go an extra step. Why do you feel like you having a 2-female household is a safe option? Because your enemy inculcated you to believe that you could be what you want, that a woman could be a man and a man could be a woman, knowing that you don't hold a candle to a real man. And men know they don't hold a candle to a real woman when they try to intrude on her duties in space.
They're gonna both be looking at each other like you go stop them.
Yeah, I mean, shit, like, if there's a bump in the night, y'all looking at each other going, so who gonna take care of this? Your phone charge? Call 911. Lock the door. Don't go down there. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a man has to go. He has to face an enemy that sometimes exceeds his ability to fight. And he has to die protecting his family. So that's the part of the deal that, again, they treat our culture like a pick and pull. I like this part, but I don't want that part. See, that's why all you men trying to be women, you can't have kids. And you can't maintain the position of a woman. Because a woman is supposed to be wise counsel unto a man. Not co-leader. There's no such thing. There's a leader and there's a supporter. Oh, yeah. Trying to break down the so-called blackisms that he's adopted. And see, the fact that they even produce those types of those comedy sketches where they show so-called white boys trying to behave like they're black, that's what they think our culture is. They think it's hip-hopism and thugism. See, that was put on us because we were enslaved and we had nothing else. So we cobbled together what we could, and that functions as an interim culture. And see, and that shows you how much salt the so-called black man got, because everybody all over the earth want to copy that. A replacement to culture. And they got a culture of their own. We're the only ones who've been discontinued from our culture and heritage, and even the placeholder of our culture. People want to steal that.
Take every little thing you have. Motherfucker riding down, listening to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, when we say the scriptures don't miss, they don't miss. Give me Psalms 137:1. Now, he could be a Jake in the spirit, but well, I ain't gonna lie, because that Off the Wall CD with Michael Jackson, that shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we've discontinued from our heritage so much to the point where we don't even maintain the heritage that we produced in the 70s, in the 80s, and 90s. We just threw that away. Now you got niggas mumbling, sipping lean, and doing all types of dumb shit. And guess what? They try to steal that too. Shit crazy. But go ahead and get it.
can't have shit.
Can't have nothing, man.
That 137:1, right?
Yeah.
Psalms chapter 137, verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion.
Keep going.
We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem.
We read the rest earlier. Ain't it something? You can go back to the same chapter and get a whole new subset of information. So when our enemies take us into slavery, they immediately start going, hey, all that stuff that y'all do that we've been on the outside looking in on, sing us those songs. Teach us how to dance. Teach us how to cook. Hey, we like your architecture real quick. Teach us how to make those buildings the way you make them. How you make them clothes like that? How you dunk from the free throw line like that? Man, how you spit them bars like that, man? It's a pick and pull. And now the saints are worn out. We like, yo, we've given you everything. Because this ain't the first time that we've given away everything.
We haven't given them the one thing they want, but we can't give them,
Yeah, the one thing that they want, we can't give, and that's being an Israelite.
right? That's salvation.
But see, the thing is,
All praises, we can't give that
yeah,
away.
all praises that we can, because if we were able to give away the blessing of the Most High God, you niggas would have gave it away.
Sold it cheap, probably.
Some of y'all would have sold it for a crusty white woman. Lord, she ain't even got a baby. Just give me a white woman. See, that's why we try to tell blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, what makes you special is the fact that the Most High God set his love upon you. And he gave you his laws, statutes, and commandments to abide by. Everything else is window dressing. The fact that you're the fastest and strongest, that's just window dressing. That's a perk. Because the hardline mission for us to follow is to keep the commandments. That's it. Last time I checked, you don't have to be the strongest man on the planet to not eat pork. I don't have to be the smartest man on the planet to keep the Sabbath. As a matter of fact, sometimes being strong and smart is to your detriment, right? It gives you the false impression that you could do it without the Most High. Hence why the Most High God had to take all that shit away from you. Oh, for real, man. Read Deuteronomy 32. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Yeah, for real, man. The Most High God did the first yoink. He said, give me them blessings, nigga. Give it all back. Y'all don't know how to act, so we gon'... Hey, you remember when a layaway was a thing? And your mama be like, I'm gonna let that shit go back. That's what the Most High God did to his children. I'm gonna take them blessings back.
Stop acting up. I'm gonna put that shit back.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back. But give me Deuteronomy 32 and start at 29. Actually, start 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000, and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them, and the Lord has shut them up?
In other words, had the Most High God not have taken our physical blessings away from us in the face of our enemies, you can wall your eyes, sister. I don't give a damn. We gonna keep going. Shit, you don't want to walk around here empty-headed with no knowledge, gonna wall her eyes. But if a white man come here upside the head, all of a sudden, where everybody to help me? I get so damn tired of the attitude of these dumbass sisters. Get tired of it. Yeah, for real, I ain't even talking to this. I'm not gonna go there. But see, that's why the rock shut you up. That's why the white man throwing your kids in cages at the border. And that Jezebel spirit. That's why the white man foot is knee deep in your ass. Because you turn away from wisdom every chance you get. And that's one of them hard-headed ass women who walk by us every Saturday. That's why I don't even talk to her stupid ass no more. Because if you want to be filthy, I'm going to let you be filthy still. That's on you. You've been warned. For real, I'm not casting my pearls before swine. Because see, there's going to come a day where you're looking for the wisdom of the scriptures, and we're not going to be out here. You black, Hispanic, and Native American people, you have wallowed in your ignorance long enough. Return to your God. Because it only gets worse from here. It's all downhill from here. You think $5 gas is your ultimate problem? Wait till there's no food to buy. Wait till the people who are at the water treatment plants can't get paid and they stop doing their job. So the water that comes out of your sink is no different than the sewage water at the treatment plant. Wait till them days come. That's when you really gonna be calling on God. And the Most High God is gonna go, who are you again? Oh, you that hard-headed ass woman who wouldn't listen. Oh yeah, I ain't listening to you. Rolling your eyes. Give me Jeremiah 44:4. See, some of y'all think this is personal. It's not personal, it's business. We got a job to do. Just because we don't get a check, don't make it anything less than a job. If y'all understood that, you would serve your God like your life depended on it, because it does.
Saints speak with the Most High. How long, oh Lord? Should we be ready for this shit to be done? They can be searching.
Man, we're supposed to be crying out to the Most High God, asking how long we gonna be on punishment. Instead, some of y'all trying to get comfortable here. And that's exactly why the white man has to go, because you niggas love him too much. You love him more than you love God. Straight up. Go ahead and get it.
Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods.
So instead of hearkening unto wisdom, our people wall their eyes, turn away, act a damn fool. Meanwhile, they turn away right into perdition, more suffering. Keep going, brother.
Verse 6. Wherefore my fury and mine anger was poured forth, and was kindled in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate, as at this day. Therefore, now thus saith the Lord, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and suckling, out of Judah, to leave you none to remain.
That's all we need.
So the Most High God is saying, look, just because since you want to turn away from my wisdom, you want to turn away from the servants I send to you at the peril of their own lives, be it unto you as you'd have it. Suffer. Y'all got time for the Bible today?
No, we don't. We're so exhausted. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But keep preaching.
Okay.
I heard you.
Are y'all from Haiti?
We're from the U.S. of A.
Well, no, just because you're from the U.S. don't mean you can't be from nowhere else.
But not from Haiti.
Okay, where you from, sister? That's what happens when you cooned out. You think you from America. Got the nerve to be like, oh, you think I'm Haitian? Yes, your husband looks like a tribe of Levi. From where, Ghana? And where'd they take him to, sister? Haiti. Damn coon. I swear, man. That's why your hair gone, you wearing that damn hair hat. Cooned out. Give me that in Isaiah. Instead of sweetness, there shall be state. Keep walking behind your husband, sister. Coons like you are the reason why your children ain't shit today. I get so tired of our old coons. At least your husband had enough sense not to open his mouth. Because he know he an Israelite. What about you? Get tired of these damn coons. Whole damn world on fire, and she quibbling over if I think he's Haitian or not. And then when I ask where you from, you know she ain't say nothing because she don't know. You know why that is? Because you've been discontinued from your heritage. Cooned out.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle.
I'll get the hair. It's above.
Oh, that's it.
No, I didn't. It's here now. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it. Keep going, keep going. Fuck.
And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness.
What?
And instead of well-set hair, baldness.
Why that sister got a wig on?
And instead of well-set hair, baldness.
Keep going.
And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and a burning instead of beauty.
So let me get this straight. All the things that made our women beautiful, the Most High God took that shit too. Yoink. Give it up. Can't listen, own punishment. And notice, why is it that the black woman thinks it's her duty to talk to men on the street? If your man don't say nothing, guess what you're supposed to do? Shut the fuck up. Straight up. Not even gonna sugarcoat it. If you have a man as a woman, if your man don't respond, you don't respond. That's right. Can't make it up. The bird got right behind us just to say that's right. Keep your damn mouth shut. Follow your man's lead. I get so tired of that shit. And the reason why I react like this, our people are dying behind women like this. Who run their mouth, start shit, then the men gotta go die for them. You got niggas sitting in jail right now because a black woman didn't know to shut her damn mouth. Walking around here with every curse under the sun. It still don't even understand that she's under judgment. That's why I get on our elders like this. Because you too old to be this damn stupid. You done buried your children for decades. got the nerve to be throwing themselves on the casket. No, you don't care about your kids like that. Because if you cared about them, you wouldn't have got them killed. You'd have instructed them properly. You'd have kept their father in the household. Straight up. But brother, can you get me? Give me 2nd Ezra 16 and 1 through 5.
Say that again.
2nd Ezra 16 and 1 through 5. And then we're going to get 13 through 20. Because despite war, destruction, race riots, sedition among men, famine, all types of scourges sent for amendment, people still going to be wicked. Like that wicked ass sister. Again, most of our people don't even know they're under judgment. They listen to us, they're like, man, why them brothers so angry? It's like, man, before we get this, as a matter of fact, get me wisdom maketh the wise man mad. Or oppression maketh the wise man mad. It's a lie. See, if you're wise about what's happening to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, you would be angry. See, again, I don't blame the oppressor for not being angry about the shit they do. They love enslaving people. They love raping children, walking up and down land they stole. They love that. But as far as our people, why aren't you angry about it?
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
So let me get this straight. If you're under oppression and you're wise, you would be angry about it. But that explains why the average black, Hispanic, and Native Indian isn't angry about a damn thing. Because they're dumb as a rock.
Penny for their thoughts.
Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. The Bible says it straight out. Because our people don't stop and consider, we are likened unto two dumbass animals. And it's very appropriate.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. A simple nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
Our people so stupid, the Most High God rhetorically asked, why should I even keep beating y'all ass? It ain't doing you no good. I done sent the worst of the heathen, so-called white man. He enslaved you. He did everything under the sun to oppress you. And you don't even know why he's here. Why should you be stricken anymore? You don't even stop and consider why it's all happened. Yeah, go ahead and get that.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 10. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
That's what a wise person who's aware of who their God is would do. We would be crying out to the Most High God, asking, what's taking so long? Why are we not being avenged? But see, the more you find out, the more bitter it becomes. You realize the Most High God has been waiting on us the whole time. Because all these scourges were sent for amendment, for correction. If you discipline your children, and then you come back full circle and ask, like, hey, do you understand why I had to discipline you? And they just go, I don't know. Well, guess what you're about to do? More discipline.
Is that saying everybody has their own rock bottom?
Yeah, everybody does have their own rock bottom. I'm waiting on ours. Because whenever I think, hey, man, ain't nothing more this white devil could do to us before we wake up, we find a way to roll over and go back to sleep. You remember that Botham John who got shot in his apartment in his drawers eating ice cream by Amber Heard? In court, his brother is hugging her. Talking about, I forgive you. You know the judge hugged her too? Yeah, the judge came off the stand and they all shared a hug. So it wasn't just him. See, at least he had an excuse. He young and stupid. The judge is old and stupid. Yeah, black woman. Can't make the shit up. You really can't. Cooned out.
Got down, smacked her.
Yeah, she she should have said no when he said, could I have a hug? That judge should have said, that is not court-appointed policy. No. This person is possibly a convicted murderer. No, you cannot. But see, the reality is, everybody talks about coming together. Well, why do we have to come together to celebrate the murder of our people? We don't never come together to defend our people. As soon as the white man start killing us, all of a sudden, let's have a hug. Oh, after you give your daddy 30 years in the pen, hey, let's have a hug. Before you go home and realize your daddy ain't coming back. Let's have a hug. But see, the Bible talks about our people being lost like this. Y'all got time for the Bible today? All right. I know the message is strong. It's the same message your pastor should be giving you, but he's too lost and cooned out and want money from you. Y'all don't find it odd that you go to church and he don't read the Bible at all, but yet you pay him every Sunday? As y'all won't, just think about that. He don't ever read the Bible, but he always get the money from you. Some of these pastors are so forward with it, they'll crip walk on the money.
And pay me some money.
Yeah, just give the money. See, and then you wonder where all the meeting places that black folks used to have went to. It used to be the church. But as soon as they introduced that 501c3, that contract with the government, he can't do that no more. Now he's fundraising. That's all he can do. It's a nonprofit. That's what nonprofits do. They raise funds. For what? Well, that remains to be seen. Depends on what your nonprofit is for. But it's not for the liberation of your people. You know that for damn sure. And see, that's why the Bible says, woe unto the pastors who destroy and scatter my sheep. See, I know some of you blacks and Hispanics, y'all hear this message coming out strong, and that inner slave monologue start going on. Well, we gonna get us in all types of troubles. You just don't talk about massa like that. You gonna get us in troubles. But my question is, what did God tell you to do? Give me Joshua 1:16. God told you to be strong and courageous in the face of your enemies. And yes, the white man is your enemy. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. He's killed enough of you. Got the nerve to look up here like, you're talking about me? Yes, you. You.
Joshua chapter 1, verse 16. And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest we will go, according as we hearken unto Moses in all things. So will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against the commandment, and will not hearken unto the words and all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage.
If you Native Hispanic, brother, be strong and courageous. You an Israelite. Keep God's commandments.
Right?
And separate from your enemies. I know you can't separate physically because we stuck here. But you can separate ideologically. Give me Jeremiah 10, start at 1. We're supposed to learn not the ways of the heathen.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
That's all we need.
So we've been instructed by the Most High God to learn not the ways of our oppressors. See, again, I know in their head, they're like, man, where's this coming from? It's coming from 500 years of slavery. That's where it's coming from. It's coming from the fact that you won't go home to the caves. That's where it's coming from. Yeah, damn troglodytes got the nerve to be like, well, what's the problem? You don't like all this concrete and asphalt and the fact that I cut down everything green and alive? You don't like that? You don't like the fact that I've killed all the wild animals around here and fucked everything up? You don't like that? See, that's why to you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, you've become way too comfortable here in your slavery. Way too comfortable. Yeah, you can't make it up, man. Completely departed from our heritage, man. Shit is gone. Completely. And see, the sad part is, you're seeing the mothers of the next generation, so you know it's going to be that much worse. Yeah, like you got here in pajamas. And then you'll have these white knight niggas out here talking about, man, you can't say that. They can wear whatever they want to wear. Yeah, how's that working out for our families? Yeah, her body, her choice. How's that working out? As she aborts babies as soon as she gets pregnant in college. As she has a body count like fucking John Wayne Gacy, who has an established body count in the 30s. Even though it's suspected that he killed far more people because he worked in construction. And that he was connected to a cabal of killers, by the way, that are government associated. But that's another story here entirely, right? See, that's why we have to be out here, man, because we have to remind our people, this is not your rest, Jake. You should desire a better kingdom. See, and one of the things that our people never stop and take stock of is how these white folks do not defend themselves when they're accused of all these crimes.
They just walk away fast.
Because if I talk about their history of the transatlantic slave trade, it's true. Acapulco slave trade, it's true. The slavery up in Greenland with the Dutch, it's true. If I talk about the slavery, the Barbary slave trade, where they were taking our people, right, and enslaving them in places like Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, it's true. It's all true. That's why they don't defend themselves. So if it's true, why don't you want to learn the truth? Everybody says the truth matters.
And they let the white man play him with that whole taking down all the racist statues and all that stuff. What they do right after that? No more critical race theory being taught.
Yeah, the niggas traded away the history of their oppression, so at least you could tell your children who to look out for. You traded that away for a few statues here in America. You cannot make this up. Well, you know, it's not right to show Theodore Roosevelt on a horse with a Native American and a black man walking next to him in loincloths. That's not right.
Niggas playing checkers while they was playing chess.
Yeah, man, again, we ain't even playing checkers. We playing Connect Four. Straight up. Straight dummy mode. And the white man loves to have it so. That's why we be trying to tell our people, man, you have to grow a spine and a pair of nuts to serve the Lord. There's no other way. The Most High God has ordered our people to be courageous.
At least just open your fucking eyes.
But, and that's the thing. Our people can't even admit the truth that's happening to them. As a matter of fact,
Nah, that's what it
go to Jeremiah, I believe it's Jeremiah 4. Because the first thing we start doing is we start apologizing for the slave master. And my whole deal is I could see if he was actually extending some sort of gesture of apology. Is it 2? Oh yeah, give me 4 and 22 real quick.
Shit.
It's Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
No.
See, our people have no knowledge. See, all this stuff that we say up here in regards to the history of oppression, people think like, oh man, they're just making that up. They're just full of hate. But if you stop, I can guide you through everything that I'm saying. I can pull it up because most of you niggas, you believe Google. So why not come up here and get a lesson on how to search Google? And figure out, hey, oh, I didn't know all this stuff happened to us. I didn't know all these things were taken from us. All these inventions were made by us. Our entire history is one big stint in prison. I didn't know that. Instead, most of y'all just, you turn your head away and go, man, them niggas just hateful. See, again, y'all should be questioning, why is it that the son of the slave master is on your side? That would be like a murderer going, hey man, I really like that guy right there. Like somebody who's a bona fide murderer, they're a vagabond from justice. They're fleeing justice, being held to account. If they count you as a friend, that means you have something in common. And see, that's why the Most High God says in Psalms 50, what doth the wicked have to do to declare my statutes? Seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. Paraphrase. Again, it's a rhetorical question. That's the way God says, hey, you ain't got nothing to do with me. Stop bringing me up. If you wicked, just be wicked by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's also said in Ezekiel 20. As a matter of fact, we're going to go there after we go to Jeremiah chapter 3. And you know what? Start at 21 and read down to, you know what? Read down to 28.
28.
Yeah, read down to me.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 21. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they had perverted their way, and they had forgotten the Lord their God. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Lord our God. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly, in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
Okay, yeah. You're at 3, I wanted 2.
You said 2?
Yeah, I said 2. No, it still worked though. So we'll get that next. But yeah, give me Jeremiah 2 and start at, you know what, start at 21.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the
No, you good.
turn into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? For though thou wash thee with nitre, and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord God. How canst thou say, I am not polluted, I have not gone after Baalim? See thy way in the valley, know what thou hast done. Thou art swift, dromedary, traversing her ways.
So the Most High God is really just putting it to us in terms of like accusing us of idolatry and the things that we've done, serving other gods, right? How our people say, well, I serve God, but what's the problem? Well, the thing is, we don't keep God's commandments. Hey, man, I wouldn't expect anything less from the Edomites. I wouldn't expect anything less. And see, and again, some of the time with these young women, it's not completely their fault, bro. It really isn't. They get trained by their parents to literally be whores coming out of the house. So I for those of y'all who can't see on camera, we just saw a very little girl with her whole stomach out. I say it to my wife all the time. Sometimes these kids don't have a shot, man. They don't have a shot. Their parents set them up for failure. They don't have a shot. And then if something happens to her, which probably will, from her dad, right? Because he's the one setting her up for failure. You got to wonder why he's doing that. And I guarantee if you check his phone history on the internet, you'll find a lot more than he's willing to share with people. But a lot of times, man, it's just our people don't stop to consider who's really over us. When we see them doing things like that, we think like, oh man, like that's just not right. It's like, no, that's his natural behavior. That's who he is. And the fact that we want to emulate his behavior, that means that's who we become. See, and that goes along with what we're reading here in Jeremiah 2. We've played the harlot on every high hill. And the high hill that we prefer the most is the high hill of the Edomites and their ways. And look up that word dromedary. Dromedary. A dromedary is a domesticated, single-humped camel, right? So we are likened unto a swift dromedary or a swift camel. Those of y'all who are not familiar with like how horses and camels and stuff breed, it's like they don't pair up for life. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild like animals. But keep going, brother.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Verse 24. A wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure, in her occasion. Who can turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves. In her month they shall find her.
So in other words, it's not hard. You an easy prostitute. You put out for all your enemies. That's what the Most High God is saying to the Israelites. And I know it's the truth, because blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we love nothing more than to serve the white man. We should hate y'all forever for what y'all done to us. Got the nerve to say America compassionate again. That means you gotta leave, Miss White Woman. How you gonna be compassionate on stolen land? That's a real question.
I'm also Native American.
On what side? And that's a damn joke. On your father's side or mother? You're not a Native American. See, she thought she was eating with that. You are who your father is. Get that shit out of here. Talk about American compassionate. So your daddy raped a Native American and you came out. Oh, okay.
$2
Yeah, oh, damn $5 Indian. Draws roll or dolls roll ass. See, again, that's why you got to know history, because these white people, they're trying to hide. They're not proud of being white no more. They're not proud of their history of slavery, rape, and robbery. Now they're claiming to be you.
Excuse you, Mr. Black Man.
Yeah, excuse you, Mr. Negro. I'm Native American, so there. No, you are what your father is. Numbers 1 and 18, if you don't believe me. And she said that shit like, let me correct you. See, again, and my whole deal is, if you really had a righteous spirit, you would realize, hey, the way to balance the scales is to leave the house that I stole. Yeah, I couldn't help but laugh. It's just like, yo, you're not our people. Cut it out. Stop it. What is that? That Senator Elizabeth Warren, that white woman? She tried the same thing. They were calling her Pocahontas for a while. Turned out, just a white woman claiming to be Native. And to our Native Hispanic sisters, y'all are princesses of Zion. Keep God's laws. Y'all know y'all are the standard of the earth. Return to the ways of the Bible. And you'll see your men view you with the sparkle in their eyes that you dream of. Because I know you want your man to be mesmerized by you. Read about the sisters in the Bible. Read about Judith. Read about Susanna. Read about Esther. Righteous women of God, where when men saw them, everybody said, whoa, hold on a second, who that? She married? I hope not. I'm trying to get that. You want to be the it girl? Find out what it is. It's in the Bible. And I'm going to tell you, the white woman is claiming to be you, so you might want to get back on it. So if you give them enough time, they're going to find a way to get your hair and your skin. They trying. See, it ain't something, man. Two black men sitting on the corner talking about the Bible. That's a strange thing, like a strange, gazing stop. That's something that I would stop and go, let me find out more about this. Niggas don't even like to read, let alone the Bible. Let me check this out. How you doing, sister? Again, everybody act like we don't want to bomb churches or kidnap children. You don't treat the white man like that. But as soon as some black men say hello, hello. Who are the people putting Mexican children in cages at the border? Is it niggas or is it white folk? But you don't greet your white boss like that. When you say, hey, Marisol, I need 4 extra hours on your shift today. You say, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Hey, I need you to pay extra on your rent. Yes, sir. Meanwhile, your own brother say something to you. I don't know about that. See, again, I'm one of the few brothers who call it out, because most of the time, even other Israelites, we let it ride. I don't let that shit ride. You're not going to treat us like a pariah. Meanwhile, you gobbling the nuts of the white man. I'm not letting you do that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, we're your damn fighting force. For real, just straight up nuzzling. It's like, so you hate us, and you view us with suspicion, but the people who rape, rob, and murder you, you have no energy for them. And see, and this is why I say to you Israelite brothers who are on the streets teaching, you need to call that out every time you see it. Start letting your people know, coonery, we see you. We see you, and we know that you've signed yourself on to the so-called white man as their ally, making you an enemy of your own people. We see you. As a matter of fact, let's go to 2 Maccabees real quick.
No, it's first Maccabees.
Damn, I have to look that up. Get me that hated their own people. So do Maccabees, KJV, hated their own people. Here it is. No, I got it. First Maccabees 11 and 21.
Okay. safe out here, man.
Oh, you too. You good?
First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 21. Then came ungodly persons who hated their own people, went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower.
See, so coonery is not new. See, when you talk about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being sold out, running to the so-called white man and telling their own people, that's not new. Here it is in the Bible. See, this was when we were fighting the Greeks to get out of slavery. And even then, you had Israelites going, man, shit, I'm going to run tell master. I'm going to run and tell on my own people so maybe I can get some quarter with massa because I think we's going to lose. Again, there's nothing new under the sun. Give me First Maccabees 1. See, we're only bringing this stuff out just to show cooning is not new, man. Start at 11 and read down to 15.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so froward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
Hold on. Baby steps.
We taking this baby steps because when y'all see the degree of coonery that's expressed here, you're going to realize that I'm sick boss spirit, oh, it's alive and well. So when it says that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the heathen, he basically told them, hey, keep the Greek customs and do away with your own. And they acquiesced and accepted it. Get that word acquiesce for me.
Again, you can't make this shit up. Who's coming? Black woman, white man. I hope it's a car, but
Kid, really like.
I know you. Again, I said, man, you can't make this shit up, bro. You really can't.
acquiesce. So that's E. Okay. Acquiesce and then E. S. C. There.
Acquiesce means to accept, agree, or comply with something reluctantly, but without protest, often by remaining silent.
So our people, when compelled to cast away the ways that God gave unto his people and keep the ways of the oppressor, our people acquiesced en masse. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And that's no different than now. No, they down. I'm not tripping on that, man. It's just coons are a dime a dozen, man. So you blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man, y'all the Israelites, and the concept of cooning and running to the white man and wanting to build marriages and families with your enemy, the son of a slave master, that is not new. You've been doing it. And you gonna pay for it too. Because the race wars that are coming, you about to pay. And I'm not even saying we gonna do something to you. They gonna do something to you.
Demon ass babies probably gonna be
Yeah, and that's it, man. That's if them damn demon children don't do nothing to you. See, again, I know our people don't like hearing it, but look at their behavior. I'm still waiting on where's this mythical land where the white man pulled up and peace broke out.
must be in Narnia.
Yeah, it must be in Narnia or Never Never Land or some other shit. I'm trying to figure it out because everybody look at us like we crazy, but we're just asking y'all, hey, can y'all show us where we get along at? Because the reality is, we've never gotten along, ever. And not for lack of trying on our part. We've given everything, including our lives. And guess what? It's never been enough. It's never been enough. But let's keep going in First Maccabees.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised.
So they joined the gym. See that look up gym, the word gymnasium. It's a Greek term. Yeah, the word gymnasium is derived from gymnazo, meaning exercise, and gymnos, meaning naked or loincloth. So the Greek custom of the gym was to exercise naked. And one of the premier things to do in Greco-Roman times was wrestle. So you had a bunch of naked niggas in there wrestling each other. So our people cast away the ways of the Most High God in favor of wrestling Esau butt naked in a gym. Again, I'm only going baby steps just to show you the degrees of coonery that we entered into. And when it says they made themselves uncircumcised, it doesn't just mean we cast away our laws. They literally were trying to undo their circumcision. Look up undue circumcision.
How you doing, King?
Undue circumcision refers to the non-therapeutic routine or ritual circumcision of male minors, often debated as a violation of bodily integrity or autonomy.
I said undo. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's it.
Foreskin restoration, often called reverse circumcision, is the process of stretching remaining penile skin or using surgical techniques to create new foreskin that covers the glands.
Crazy.
Absolutely wicked. And that's what our people were doing to fit in ancient Greece. Now you see why I always say baby steps. Because if you don't know what this stuff means, you read over it not understanding the severity of it. Keep going, sister. You got it? See, and that's why we have to tell our people, man. A lot of the stuff that's going on in the Bible, if you just don't, if you don't look up some of this stuff and see what it means, when it says they became uncircumcised, well, how do you become uncircumcised physically? Most people don't even assume there's a procedure for that, but there is one, and guess who found it out? Us. Because guess who was ordered to be circumcised? Us. So the only people that become uncircumcised would be us. That's how wicked Jake has been. That's why we have to tell blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, your intent to coon and to simp and to be servile to your slave master, it is not new. It is ancient from the times of old and memorial. You have ran to the white man as fast as your legs would carry you in order for him to accept you. And as soon as you ran to him, he abused you like he always has and always will. Finish that out.
Verse 15, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Now, when the kingdom was established before Antiochus,
Oh, that's all.
So what we saw here in 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, right? We just saw our people go out of their way to accommodate foreign and bizarre customs. And that tells you that zesty, sugary spirit has always been there too. Because who's looking at a bunch of naked white men going, man, I want to get in there and wrestle? Not us. However, there are many Jakes who are like, man, I'm not going to admit it, but as soon as I can, I'm trying to get in there. I mean, it's just that saucy Santana spirit, man. See, and again, sometimes, man, you just have to laugh, man, because if you see how far our people have fallen, you would weep. When you talk about men like King Solomon, King David, Moses, those are so-called black men. And to see how far we've fallen. Like really take it all in, how far we've fallen. In my private moments, I shed tears for my people. I really do. To know that our women hate our children so much that they overwhelmingly kill them in the womb. The most dangerous place for a black baby to be is in the womb of a black woman. Take that in. And then tell me we're not the children of Israel. Give me Daniel 9 and 12. So, sometimes with so-called black folks, man, I just wonder, what is it going to take for us to wake up? How you doing, King? Got time for the Bible today? All right, King. Yeah, man. When you look at how far people, you ain't even got to go back far. Go back 70 years. That's when you had Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, all these people walking around. That was the standard, brother. Now what's the standard? Sipping lean, taking perks and mollies. Hey, brother, I'm going to tell you who did it to us. They did it. So-called white man did it. Who's signing all of our checks when we make music? Hey, hold on a sec. You're a white woman? Give me a Delphine, what's her name? Delphine LaLaurie. I'm going to show you something. You're just as culpable as your man. No different.
Mary Delphine
Oh, run away, Miss White
Delphine
Woman.
McCarty, or McCarthy, more commonly known as Madame Blanky,
Uh-huh.
or after her third marriage as Madame LaLaurie, was a New Orleans socialite and serial killer who tortured and murdered enslaved people in her household.
So that's just one white woman. Look up Margaret Sanger, the mother of Planned Parenthood, responsible for the death of 22 million black babies to this day. But see, that's how the white man excuses his crimes. He goes, well, I didn't do it personally, but your people do, and you abide it. That's why the UN just passed a mandate saying that the transatlantic slave trade is the worst slavery and crime against humanity of all time, and reparations are needed for the descendants of those who suffered it. And you know who voted against it? Israel, Argentina, and the good old US of A. I know, and of course, our brother's going to say don't judge. And that's why you don't have time for the Bible, brother. Because you think it's a matter of convenience to listen to the Bible when it's a matter of life and death. And death shall be chosen rather than life. Yeah, it says Yahweh when it's Yahweh. So what does Yahweh mean, sir? Do you know?
Yeshua HaMashiach.
That's not Yahweh.
He's in Nazareth.
Oh, so you're from Israel?
He shed his blood for you, for me.
No. Are you an Israelite?
He loves you, man.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
And if you're still breathing,
Are you Mexican by
I'm not
chance?
done with you.
What does that mean? Can you show me in the Bible? Can you show me in the Bible? And that's the extent of the Christian knowledge. Because when you say love, you go to 1 John 5. Love is keeping the commandments. Who do you give the commandments to? The Israelites. So that on your shirt, that would be what you consider Yiddish. That's not the Paleo-Hebrew. And God's name is not Yahweh. And Christ's name is not Yeshua. Because there are no E's or U's in Paleo-Hebrew. See, that's why I knew that smile meant nothing. Yep, you lost. See, again, that's why when you start asking them, what does love mean? All of a sudden, it's like, I know. It's as empty as your message. While he's in the area, let's remind him what love is. And the people over in Israel are not the real Israelites. Hence why they're getting their asses kicked by all their enemies. And where is Yahweh to help them? Nowhere. Hey, it kind of rings. Yahweh is nowhere. I like it.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So what was that bullshit you said about love? Nothing. See, again, that's why when they come up smiling like that, I know you don't mean that shit. Stop it. And the Bible tells you people who laugh a lot and smile a lot, stay away from them people. See, that's why Yahushua was described as an austere man. As a matter of fact, can you even read an account where Yahushua was gleeful, joyful, or smiling in the New Testament? Nope. And I thought we ought to walk as he walked. So what you doing smiling like a damn idiot? Just got to be unfiltered with it.
At the wedding, mom asked me to make get some more wine. That's not my hour.
Yeah.
Still wasn't happy about it.
Yahushua said to his own mother, what hast thou to do with me, woman? He said that to his own mother. Can you imagine how stern you are if you tell your mama, Mama, what this got to do with me? Leave me alone about this. And this was at a wedding, a feast. And who y'all call Christ was like, man, I ain't bothered with this shit. Get this out of my face. Yeah, he just sitting there on the wall, probably holding pose, going, man, can't wait for this shit to be over. Just a waste of time. But see, so that God would be glorified, he did his first miracle. See, again, that's why when y'all read about Christ in the Bible, most of y'all miss the message completely. Y'all thought Christ was over there dancing around, frolicking, picking flowers and hugging children and puppies and shit. Ain't none of that in the Bible. Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, Christ was so austere and mean that his own apostles were afraid to ask him, what do you mean by that, Lord? Can you explain further? They would just sit there and wait for Christ to pick up on the fact that they didn't get it and then explain it. And plus, they already knew he knows their thoughts, so, I mean, really, if you don't get it, he already knows. Yeah, and according to some of y'all, Christ was looking for some white folks to hug and try to run and sit to and bow to and be a sycophant. Look up that word sycophant. S-Y-C-O-P-H-A-N-T, sycophant. S-Y-C-O-P-H-A.
A sycophant is a servile, self-seeking person who flatters or praises influential people excessively to gain advantage, approval, or favors.
So y'all think Christ was nothing but a big old coon. See, though I be rude in speech, not in knowledge, I read books. We read books. See, the brothers who come out here to preach this word to you, Most High God ain't raised up just any old body to do this. You'll notice a certain spirit that we have, a spirit to stand firm when everybody is disapproving and frowning and jeering and taunting. We don't give a fuck about all that because we're not out here for the multitude. We're out here for the chosen elect, whether you know them or not. And here's the thing, most of us who preach, we don't know who the elect are. Now, we can describe some of the things that the elect would do. Listening to the Bible would be paramount among them. Following the commandments would also be paramount among them.
You notice a lot of times the ones you don't even call out, you got time for the Bible, they just pop up and they'll sit over there, I don't know,
Yep.
and then come over here.
Or they'll be waiting down there,
Mm-hmm.
listening, be there 30 minutes to an hour. See, that's why the Bible had to set folks straight. This ain't the damn Boy Scouts where we get a merit badge for 10 people every camp. No, the angels in heaven rejoice over one sinner that comes to repentance. So we are not worried about numbers. If we come out here for 3-4 hours and nobody stops, you know what? That's a whole 3 or 4 hours worth of marking people for destruction. Read Ezekiel 9. That has to happen as well. How you doing, King? Got time for the Bible today? Do you believe in the Bible? Are you Mexican, King? Did you know you're an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar? If you knew, brother, keep the commandments, all right? You royalty, man. Don't let nobody tell you different. See, the Most High God loves his people enough to raise up the spirit of brothers to go out and spend their free time, spend their own money, just to preach the Bible. We don't even accept donations over here. The only reason why I've ever accepted a donation is because a person refused to let me say no. Damn near want to fight me to give me $2. I'm like, all right, well, fine, shit. And guess what? That $2 that we took that one time is still sitting near my door. I'm not going to spend it because it's not my money. See, that's why we try to tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you're supposed to freely receive the wisdom of the scriptures and freely give it. So what is your pastor in the church doing? He act like if he don't get paid, the whole world going in. We're gonna lose the building. I'm gonna lose my private jet. I'm gonna lose my Bentley. God said, he gonna open up, the storehouses, pour you out a blessing. You got to sow seed now. I know I said some things in the past that you might not agree with, but I need the money now. I said 2,000, not 1,200. Yeah, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? They got a sale on pork chops at the stove now. It's a shame, man. And I'm gonna tell you, we've been cooking today, man, with this damn Bible, boy. We've been cooking. You hard-headed ass Israelites, man. Y'all ain't trying to hear nothing, and you know what? That's gonna be to your destruction. So I'm gonna tell you, if you look on all the social media, all these white folks, they talking about the Israelites now. Now we're going viral. Have you seen that? Now we're starting to go viral. After Drewski did that skit, it ignited something. Even though he did it in jest, as a joke, it has ignited something where all these white folks are now trying to say, well, just because y'all are chosen don't mean that we can't be saved. See, now they're starting to realize as America falls, everybody needs to get saved out of here. But now it's becoming readily apparent who salvation is for. So now the white man gonna do what he always does, try to fight his way into something. Try to con his way into an agreement that ain't got nothing to do with him. And most of you dumbass niggas don't understand that this agreement was for you. The covenant was made for you. As a matter of fact, that's a good point. Go to Matthew 24. That's a really good point. Believe in the Bible, sir? All right, thou said. But hey, man, it's cool. But so yeah, give me a Matthew 24 and start at 36.
Actually, start 34 and read down.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. Verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass, till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Remember when I said that most of our people gonna die in relation to these wars that are taking place on the earth? None the wiser as to why it's happening. The same way that Yahushua gonna return, and they're gonna be like, "What's going on? Son of God, huh? What? What's going? What do you mean?" It's like, bro, this shit been happening all around you. You thought all of a sudden black men started showing up on corners reading the Bible, and you shouldn't have listened? I mean, like, how much more blatant can God be? I sent you people with Bibles in their hand. They didn't ask you for money. All they wanted was time. They weren't. And here's the thing. When have you ever known black men in public who have enough wherewithal to speak to people, and we're not trying to get draws from every woman who walks by? So we're not trying to get women. We're not trying to get money. We're not trying to get a job. We're just preaching the Bible. And you niggas are still going, well, I don't know if I should listen to you. See, again, just as in the days of Noah. Got time for the Bible, King? See? And another one. See, again, man. Ain't no merit badge. Ain't no merit badge for how many people stop. Because if you call yourself loving God, but you don't know the commandments in the Bible to obey to serve God, you might want to stop. If you call yourself loving God enough to discuss the scriptures, you might want to stop. Because I'm willing to guarantee, I will put a guarantee on it that there is a great many things that you do not understand about the Bible.
Right.
And I can even start with John 3 and 16, the verse that y'all love to run to. So if I ask you who did Christ say that to, most of you start beatboxing like Biz Markie. How you doing, Elder? Got time for the Bible today? All right, now say it. And another one. I'm telling you, man. And see, the thing is, we've been doing this so long that now we like, shit, I hope this shit just ends. You saying you ain't got time, it's like, hey, man, that's par for the course. You one among many. See, as a matter of fact, in this same chapter, actually in chapter 25, Salaki, if you would slide over to 31 and read down from there, right? And actually, let me read this before we go there. This is Matthew 24 and 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. So it's going to be a very fine line where someone's going to be found righteous and someone's going to be found wicked. See, most people think if you just lead a relatively peaceful life, you're righteous. That's not how the Bible paints things out at all. How you doing? Y'all got time for the Bible today?
Not right now. We're not.
Okay, well, the Bible's right here. You've been found. Y'all believe in the Bible?
Yes, we do.
Are y'all Native Hispanic by chance?
Yes, we are.
Mexican?
Yes.
Tribe of Issachar. Y'all are Israelites.
That's right.
Issachar means he who is hired. Who are the hardest working people on the planet? Mexican people.
Right.
Hands down. Keep God's laws, y'all. That's why we out here. See, that's why Christ said he sent his apostles to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Well, who are those people over in Israel? They're not lost. As a matter of fact, they're in the Israelites' home when they're not supposed to be there until they're returned there by the Messiah. So that means you got a bunch of imposters talking about their Israelite. Now, to the real Israelites, shouldn't you be curious as to why you got kicked out of your own home? Why did that happen to you? It has a lot to do with why we went into slavery, transatlantic slave trade. Has a lot to do with why our children are being thrown in cages at the border. Has a lot to do with why the slave master is still gallivanting up and down stolen land. Has a lot to do with it. And we can read it all to you. But since our people don't want to listen, get me Matthew 25 and let's go from 31.
It's Matthew chapter 25, verse 31.
Bring it out.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth the sheep from the goats.
Oh, baby steps.
So the first order of business when Christ comes back is to separate you from your slave master.
What, you mean we ain't all going together?
Oh, man, I know, man. I was surprised when I read that too. See, again, we have to say that because everybody believes that we're supposed to be together. The Bible don't say that. See, our Native Hispanic brothers and sisters, your real family are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So if you Mexican, Puerto Rican, Peruvian, Cuban, see, it ain't it something? The white man is putting his foot on our neck all at the same time. Thank you for listening, sisters. Y'all the princesses of Zion. Y'all Mexican by chance? Cuban? Mexican, Issachar, what are you? Same thing? Okay, Issachar. All right, y'all, be safe. Keep the commandments so you can be found a righteous servant and inherit the kingdom. Give me Matthew 7 and 20 real quick. This is the nightmare scenario that no black, Hispanic, or Native Indian wants to find himself in. Because eventually, oh, did you see that video? They're doing air raid siren tests over in California.
I didn't see that.
See, now they do air raid siren tests over in America because they know they're about to get bombed.
Yeah.
See, when them nukes are coming over here, you don't want Christ to say, get away from me. I never knew you. Check this out.
7:20, right?
Yeah, read that.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 20. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the wind blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
So those who hearken unto this wisdom in the scriptures, you're likened unto a man who builds their house upon a rock, a sure foundation. See, that's why we're trying to tell you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you real Israelites, that there is no real safe haven other than to return to your God.
Right.
That is the only way to be preserved. Can you look up air raid siren test in California? Because I believe it was in Palm Beach. See, and this is to my camera. We've been saying this for years now. You're going to start hearing air raid sirens here in America. See, it was only a matter of time before America's enemies would be capable of reaching over here. Yep, go and get that.
You can read from the top. They still doing them now.
Air raid and emergency alert siren tests occur regularly in specific California counties, notably San Luis Obispo and Contra Costa, to prepare for emergencies like nuclear threats, tsunamis, or refinery incidents. Tests include monthly ground tests and annual full volume tests.
Get that date.
E.g. in Slow County, August 23rd, 2025.
So that's the example of a test that was ran last year in 2025. But they are now doing tests basically now, in the modern day, especially with all the things going on with Russia, North Korea, Iran, China, all of America's primary enemies, who have already voiced their intent, if America keeps crossing red lines, to bomb America. The days are here, guys. We've been saying it for a long time. Let's go back to Matthew 25. We've been saying it for a long time, but now the days are finally here. And see, again, what did we say? We don't get a merit badge for who listens, but who set up and got fed. See, again, yeah, just because they don't stand right here don't mean they ain't listening. And it turned out them sisters, they were on the same page. They're like, yeah, we know we family. But the thing is, if we a family, we need to be on the same page of serving our God as a family. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are God's chosen. Keep his commandments. But keep going, brother.
Matthew 25, verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was a hungered.
You could skip to verse 41.
So you got Christ, and upon his arrival, his first order of business is to separate the nations. And after separating the nations, he's going to separate the righteous from the unrighteous among his people. Because see, the first thing he has to do is he has to pull his people from the scattered four corners of the earth and return us to our homeland. See, the real Israelites are about to go home. That's why the fake ones are getting kicked out. See, again, that's why everybody should be asking, where's Yahweh for the Israeli man? Yeah, all you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you should be smiling like the Joker right now. The Most High God is letting it be known that the people in that land right now are not his children at all. And it's not even a secret to the rest of the world. When you look up Gamal Abdul Nasser, the president of Egypt in the 1950s, he said that the real Israelites are the real Jews, left black but came back white. We will never accept you. Paraphrase. So the question is, if the people over there today aren't the real Israelis, then who are? You believe in the Bible, sir?
No.
No?
No.
Are you Native Hispanic by chance?
Yeah.
Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican?
Mexican.
Mexican?
Yeah.
Can I read you a prophecy in the Bible that'll make you at least think?
I mean, sure, I've read the whole thing.
So what is Issachar likened unto in the Bible?
Well, it's Carlachium?
No, Issachar? I'm sorry. So Issachar is the biblical name of who the Mexicans are today. Y'all are likened unto a strong ass or a donkey, crouching between two burdens.
Old Testament, New Testament?
Oh, yes.
Old Testament, what book?
That's in Deuteronomy. And then Genesis 49, I believe. Is one.
That's like old law. That's like the law book.
Well, yeah, I have a question. When did we have to stop following it?
I don't know if you will it to that law. If you want to follow that law, go for it.
No, but Christ told you to follow that law.
I don't follow Christ, man.
I know, but I'm saying that the argument that people use is that the law is done away with.
But dangerously, I think a lot of people can use the argument of Christ to follow a lot of bad shit.
No, I know, that is very true. But here's the thing. When they use Christ, do they even portray Christ as he is in the Bible?
Man, no.
No.
I think they don't know, man. I think they say the name, but they don't do the thing, man. They don't do the thing.
Now, can I talk to my camera just for a second? This brother says he don't even believe in the Bible, but you believe in a better Christ than most people believe in.
Man, I think Christ it's a principle. That's what it is to me. It's a living thing within all of us. That's what I think, man.
Now, what if I told you Christ only came for the Israelites?
I think that God is very limited. I think you're limiting the potential of God might even be to this Israelite thing. You could even switch that to anything. The Mexican,
Okay.
the blacks, or
So
anything.
now here's my thing. This whole chart is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and we're scattered to all lands. So if I say the Zanj, the Z-A-N-J, the people taken into the sub-Saharan slave trade and the Indian Ocean slave trade, those are our people as well.
I know it breaks my heart, honestly.
I know, but guess what? The Bible says that would happen to the Israelites. Are you familiar with the Acapulco slave trade, where Mexicans were taken to the Philippines?
I'm not actually.
Yeah. So that was.
That?
So that was basically what after the conquistadors took it over. Look up Acapulco
Like
slave trade.
1600s, 1700s.
Yeah, in that time, right? But
That's sad.
the reason why I say that is there's a prophecy in the Bible that the real Israelites are going into slavery on ships. The only people who have been in slavery in that manner are the Israelites, brother.
1565.
1565. Yeah, so around that time.
The slave trade's been going on for eons.
You're right, but who have been the slaves?
Historically, from my knowledge, it was the native people of those areas. The natives. Foreigners came and took over the natives, whoever they were of the regions,
Mhm.
and slave traded them off. Because their industries were slave labor for the longest time.
Sure.
From like BC to post CE to 1900 kind of, like 1800,
Yeah.
and it's like kind of stopped, but it really kind of hasn't.
It hasn't.
They've
Yeah.
kind of just moved it to, hey, pay your taxes and,
Yeah, or make
work-
these license plates in prison.
work till you're 65 and, good, you're free. But no, the system has just changed. It's
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
And the same people who've always been running the show are still at the top.
And guess who those people are? The heathen. It's all in the Bible. What you're saying is actually in the Bible. So when I say the heathen, do you
I
even
can
know who
vibe
they
with
are?
that. I can vibe with that.
Okay, so take Greenland for instance.
Greenland?
The people who enslaved the native, the Iroquois, are the Aleut people, Eskimos as you call it. I can't say their name.
Yeah.
But the people who enslaved them are the Dutch. How are the Dutch and the British and the French and the Portuguese different? Language,
the
that's
same
it.
thing, yeah.
They're the same. So that's white people. So what we're out here to do, brother, is to lead people back historically. Even if you don't believe in the Bible, I can show you all those people that you're calling slaves.
I love that and admire that. And, I've learned in my experience that, history is nothing more than his story.
That's true.
And his story is the one who really kind of conquered everybody and spread his story and told everybody this is what history is.
Mhm.
But no, there's always more to his story. There's
Oh, yeah.
his story, her story. There's her story,
No, I get it.
It's like goes around.
Are you Puerto Rican by chance, sister?
Oh, close.
Cuban?
Dominican.
Dominican?
yeah.
Okay. Well, the tribes are being shuffled around, so sometimes you might think you're one thing, might be somebody else.
Yeah.
There's a man in Brazil named Zumbi de Palmeiras. He's a man who came directly from the west coast of Africa. He's known as an anti-slavery hero in Brazil. You would think he's Brazilian, but he's really from the tribe of Judah. But either way, if you're Dominican, that's the tribe of Simeon. And there's a prophecy surrounding you. Your brother Levi in the Bible, y'all have enmity between one another. Who do the Dominicans hate the most? Haitians. Y'all fight nonstop. And what are you fighting over? You're in slavery to the white man together.
They're family, basically.
They're brothers.
Yeah, they
But
are.
they got
yeah, I
them
agree
going
with
at
that.
each other.
But here's the thing. That only happened Give me Deuteronomy 28 and give me 54. I'm going to show you why it's happening. We literally fight each other. Did you know we're all blood related? We are literally blood related. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are literally a family. Check this out.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Toward who?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother,
going.
and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
So we look at one another and we're like, man, what are they planning? Meanwhile, we don't do that to our boss at work, the white man. He's like, get to work at 7. We say, yes, sir. Pay your rent. Yes, sir. But when it comes to one another, man, I don't know about them. That's just one curse. Did you know it's also a curse we would be united, go before our enemies, and scatter 7 ways? Remember the civil rights movement with Malcolm X and the Chicanos, Brown Panthers? We came out strong, united, and what happened? They killed Martin Luther King, they killed Malcolm X, and they killed Che Guevara, and it was over.
They started talking truth, and they're like, no, no, no.
Yep.
I think the same thing's happened to Jesus. Whoever he was, it was the same story, same energy. Started talking truth, and they said, no, 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 we're going to write your story.
Now, you're so right, brother, but let's get the details. Christ was a so-called black man speaking truth to power, and how did they kill him? They hung him on a tree. What would they call that today? A lynching.
I've got to push you on there, though. I don't think he was a black man.
Well, why not?
The Bible does talk that he has some dreaded hair and stuff like that. It does mention those things. But he was a Shemite. And if you look at the native Shemite people, they are dark skinned. And the Bible does describe Jesus as kind of like more than just dark skinned. So
Black it looks like he burned in a furnace.
It could be argued, and I hear you on that one. But I don't know.
Let me
It could go
ask you
either
this.
way. It could go either way.
Can I show you that the word nigger's in the Bible?
The nigger?
Yes, the literal word.
From
nigger.
Niger?
No, no, it just means black. So if you call me a black man, it means the same thing.
But
Check this out.
But doesn't it have etymology from Nigeria?
No, pull
Isn't
it up
that
in the
where
Google.
it originally comes from?
No, that's what they did later, because Nigeria and Niger came way after the Romans were in power. They say that, brother, to cover for the fact that they tried to call us blacks way before, during Greco-Roman times.
I mean, I was looking up Professor Jang. He's pretty cool. He talks
I've heard of him, okay.
Talks about like game theory, and he was just basically putting a lot of history ideas together about how, you know, the Romans' biggest industry, because they were limited to their geographic space, they had to create slavery in the empire to thrive. So Rome was their number one economic, you know, form of money was slavery. So that was why they thrived, because they didn't have geography, they couldn't farm, they couldn't do fish. They
Can I interject for just a second?
Go for it.
They were in the Levant, sir. That's the most fertile land on the planet. You mean to tell me you have to have a slave? Didn't they say that here in America? We
Yeah.
just have to have slaves. There's no other way.
But if you control the Levant, if you control Egypt, if you control Gaul, Spain, if you control all of it, and you're trading people, that was their main form of industry over olives in the Levant, or, you know, the fertile lands of the Levant. I learned per Professor Jang, his theory is that, you know, slavery was their number one reason, and they enslaved everybody. Even people into their army, white people in their army, they just enslaved everyone.
Well, it's just the same as America today. Everyone is viable to be a slave, but there's levels to it. Because
There are levels
you
to
could be an indentured servant where you can win your freedom. Or you could be a chattel slave where no matter how much money you make or how much you work, your children's children are still slaves. But check this out real quick.
Yeah, read the verse first, and then, well, yeah, you can get nigger first. That's fine.
Nigger.
Oh, no, it's only on us. It's not on you.
I know, but come on. Can we talk outside of it, though?
The only reason, well, hold on, I just want to address that. The only reason why we have to do that is because we're speaking a lot of truth, and if you think you don't like it, imagine the person who put us in slavery. I've been jumped up here. I have to record for my own safety. Yeah, I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable, but we really do have to do that. I'm sorry about that.
Someone jumped.
Oh, yeah. You won the fight, too. Yeah, buddy.
So
But
this
it's
word,
not on us, though.
No. It's only right here. I give you my word, sister. It's only on us.
the word nigger in the Greek, G3526. It means black.
I mean, that was simple, right? Now get
Why
the
do you
other
think,
verse.
why do you think so many people are offended by that word, then? But,
It's got a lot of
but then why
baggage.
is it
It's got a
used
lot of
amongst-
history to it.
Well, then why is it used amongst the culture at the same time? You see what I'm saying?
So-
I think it's a
Why the
tool of
double
manipulation.
standard? I'm genuinely curious to know.
Sure, it's a multifaceted argument, like you said. There's a lot of baggage with the term, but also you're talking to people who have no culture. You see what I'm saying? So like if like we're called black men, right? Where's the nation of black? It doesn't exist. What's the flag of black? It doesn't exist. So if I'm only known as a so-called black man, I gotta make the best of it. It's all I got. And we made it so cool, guess what? The whole world wants to be a nigga now. Now, you know the Bible says the scepter of rulership shall not depart from Judah. That's why they follow us no matter what happens. And I'm not saying that we're better than anyone. The Most High God has put an order to things. So no matter how the world turns, if you make black men hate their women, the women abort their children, now don't everybody want to get an abortion, want to get a BBL, want to get crazy lashes, want to live like they're in the hood? They got lowrider culture in Japan. I mean, come on, like, damn. I'm only saying this to let you know we're the chosen people of the Bible. And if your pastor had went into this with the history, you might give it more credit or at least read it. I always say this: throw away the church, don't throw away the book.
I like that. I gotta push, man.
Yeah.
I think we're all the chosen people, man. All of us, every color, every race, man. And there is us, the chosen people, and there is them. The ones who've been running the show, man. The ones who've been trying to keep us separated, keep us pushed, make us think that we're less than, make us think that it's black and Mexican and white and all this, but they're the few at the top.
Can I show you something?
The narrative. Yeah, sure.
Well, let me show you what God has said. And then we're going to go to Deuteronomy 30 and 7 through 8.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32 and 7 through 8. So the Most High God says that you only have I known of all the families of the earth. He's talking about the family of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you read Romans 9, Paul literally goes into everyone is not of the children of God.
Yeah, man, dude. From what I've learned is the Bible's a mess. The New Testament under Paul is entirely Roman propaganda, and they hired him as a man to write the New Testament to basically push their idea of empire. The Old Testament is a whole different book, and they kind of just pieced it together a little bit after the time of Jesus, after the New Testament-ish. They had the Pentateuch, which was pre-BC, but even that was put together by Babylon. The Babylonians taught the Jews of the time how to read and write. And yes, they had their stories that were spread verbally, but it was Babylon who taught them under Ezra to write it biblically in a book called the Pentateuch.
Now, do you know why they had to do that?
Because they were subjugated by Babylon.
Uh-huh.
Babylon were the Aryans. They were white.
No.
Babylon was white.
You can argue that because they were Arcadians as well.
Kind of.
Assyrians,
but
all that stuff
Arcadians,
mixed in.
But they were all of the Aryan race. Iran means Aryan. It was the native word for Aryan, Iran. It is what Persia is. Persia was given to them by Greece, but they called themselves Iranians or Aryans.
Yeah, but they were that before the Greeks came. Because the Greeks are the ones who took over the Persians.
Iranians, yes.
Yeah.
Acadians, but Acadians were like the fighter.
How y'all doing?
Were like
Oh, you
the
quite all right,
fighter
brother.
group.
You're an Israelite king. Keep God's laws, all right? But so I wanted to say this though. So the reason why Ezra had to write the Bible is because they burned all the other texts. And when you read Second Ezra, I believe chapter 14.
Supposedly.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing: they weren't the first, because the Greeks and the Romans each did the same thing. Hence why we had to write it in what? In Greek.
However, I heard that the tradition before their captivity by Babylon was by the word.
Yeah, it was by oral tradition.
It was oral
But
tradition.
here's the thing: didn't Moses have to put a copy of the laws into the Ark of the Covenant?
Potentially.
He did.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I actually don't believe Moses exists.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't believe he exists, but potentially, yes.
Okay. So, but the thing is, though, so if we are forced in every captivity to basically do away with our law, to depart from our
I
heritage.
know. I'm following you on this.
Yeah,
one.
and
I'm
then
following
we have to do a
you.
fresh
It's like
start.
Washing. I know.
Every
It's
time.
Sad.
But here's the thing, though,
Sad.
that has happened so many times that you see a pattern.
I hear you.
So to say that we didn't have a
no,
written,
you're right, man. You're right.
to say we didn't have a
There's
written language,
Pattern. There's a pattern, man.
definitely.
The group who is Israel, the real Israel, has been washed. Has been washed.
No, let's talk about
They
that.
have been. The truth is the real. I don't believe in Satan, but if Satan truly exists, it is the nation state of Israel.
Wait, what?
today.
What? The nation state of Israel today is saying, all praise. Give me Revelations 2:9. You believe in God, brother. You just don't know it yet.
Well, I mean,
Everything you're saying is in the Bible. Everything.
I hear you. I hear.
Hear this real quick.
I like the Quran. I like the Bhagavad Gita. I like the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I mean, I like
Okay.
it all, man.
What does Quran mean, brother? Real quick.
The Quran? I don't know what
It means recite. Recite what? The Bible.
Well, yes.
Because who taught Muhammad? The Israelites.
Yes.
And why did he turn on the Israelites? Because they refused to hold him as their prophet. The Arab conquest of the Maghreb would have never happened had we have just said, hey, Muhammad, you're the final prophet over Christ.
Yeah, it's a cultish religion.
Yes, it really is.
I heard that they gave Muhammad like hallucinogens, and then he like met God in his hallucination and started reciting the Quran word for word, and that's where they got the words and inspiration of
We
the Quran.
respect all
But yes,
cultures.
I
That's
respect
fine, that's
all
fine.
cultures. I
Beliefs.
respect all cultures.
Now, but here's the thing, though. Albeit we might tolerate others,
As long as it could be
All
deduced that
beliefs.
we are all one family, man. That's
We are
what I
all
like to
brothers
do,
and
man. We are
sisters.
all
That's
one
all
family,
we
man.
care
We are
about.
all the
well,
children.
check this out real quick, because what you just said is in the Bible.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
And our what?
And are not,
Uh-oh.
but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
So give me that Deuteronomy 32:7
Real quick. So we respect all people, right? Because that's one of the things about the Bible. It tells you how to treat your brethren and those who are outside of your brethren, the heathen. So like this, how they view the goyim, and
Yeah,
basically
the goy.
like if you kill a goy, it's
Yeah.
nothing. You know, but if you read the Talmud, you can molest children. It's literally
Yeah,
in the
I
Talmud.
ain't a fan of the Talmud.
You don't-
That's new Israel propaganda.
I'd say that's their tradition and their way. Because are you familiar with the Edomites when they used to worship Kos, Qos? Read about that.
I will.
Read about Kos, and read about the coffin text as well, where it talks about incest between the Egyptians and their children.
Yeah, man, I heard a story about how per their law that you could rape a girl, but it's right if you marry them.
Well, yeah, I believe it's according to the Talmud, if she's 3 years old or less, if she's 3 years old in a day, then you have to pay for it.
Yeah, man, no wonder we have Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, and for little boys, I believe it's 9 years old and back, and it's free game. If they're 9 years old in a day, then it's a crime. That's all in the Talmud.
And like, I was telling her, I don't know what's it called when they cut your
Circumcision.
Yeah, I was telling
Mazika
her
Pape.
that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tradition is that they cut you as a young boy, and the rabbi would suck you clean.
Yep.
And that was part of their tradition.
Mm-hmm. But the Edomites do that by way of tradition. Remember pederasty with the Romans and the Greeks? That's where that comes from. That's why we know they're not the real Israelites.
It's pretty fucked up.
Oh, it's very fucked up. Very. And see, and this is why I love talking to brothers like you. It's just history.
Dang,
It-
it is just history.
Yeah, it's
man.
history. But the
I-
thing is, we got to learn from it too.
I look into it because I'm just trying to understand what is the story? What is the story that's going on?
Oh yeah.
Because one day I just started realizing that what was given to me or presented to me,
It was a bunch of
not
shit.
yes.
Yep.
It's a bunch of propaganda of empire.
Like you said, there's his side, her side, and then there's the truth.
Absolutely.
What's the truth?
Absolutely.
But check this out real quick.
We ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer.
All right.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So the Most High God chose a group of people and he separated everyone else. It's not to say that the Most High God hates everybody. It's just, that's not his focus, right? Get me Isaiah 40 real quick. Because what if I told you the Most High God, he views the heathen as dust? Because it's not his job to care about it. Whose job is it to care about the heathen? The Israelites. That's our job, because they were created to help and support. If you had children, right? I know I'm saying according to the Bible, even if you don't believe it, right? But the way the Most High God feels about the heathen is they are meant to be the servants unto the Israelites. A servant born in your house is like your son or daughter. So you're not supposed to mistreat your servants. That's in the book of Sirach, I believe, chapter 34, where it says if you beat your servant, they run away. Good, they should run, because you shouldn't be just abusing your servants.
I don't know. That kind of goes into like the slave, be a good slave.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: the reason why that they have to be servants is because then they enslaved the Israelites.
Oh yeah, I know.
So all the Most High God is saying is,
it's a powerful thing that could be used against. The
oh yeah. Well, but here's the thing: the Israelites have never used it against anybody. We've been the ones who've been in slavery. Well,
it's so arguable, man. It's
okay.
so arguable.
Well, we'll point to it in history. I'll go with you.
Like, man, I don't know. There's a story about, I think, when they attacked Jericho and like the walls got brought down, and God, Yahovah, was telling them like, hey, go take every girl for yourself. Take the crowd, kill the young, kill the next. Like he was just saying, have it, but per the law, for the book. And like, I think, that was just a propaganda piece for the current, group at that time.
Okay, I can see your perspective on that.
And so it's like, the thing about the Bible, it can just be used so wrongly. It can be used so wrongly to justify wrong, man. And like, I think, it is how we've gotten where we are today.
Yeah, I got you.
So, but I gotta ask you, aside from the book, what do you guys believe? What, some pointers. What do you guys believe?
Hey,
I know.
He's
a brother. He's a brother.
Why you mad at me, buddy?
He's a brother.
You talking too long, man. Shut up.
Because he said you interrupted the war.
He's as dark as you, dude. He's as dark as you. This is Chewy.
Okay, he's a cute dog. How old is he?
He's one.
He's a puppy. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get this one thing, and then we'll probably let y'all go unless you got more time. All right?
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
That's all we
Well, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. And that's only because it's not God's duty or choice to care about the other nations. That's relegated to us, right? So, but in short, we're just out here, as you already know, to let the Israelites know that they are, in fact, the Israelites, and to repent. And just read the Bible. I mean, you might not believe the book, but when it says, thou shalt not kill, that's something you can...
I love Mama.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do that.
Yeah. But, and,
love your mother and father as yourself.
And just to kind of put a cherry on top, the reason why we had to get rid of the Canaanites is actually in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. It goes into how they were sacrificing their children and engaging in homosexuality and doing all types of abominable things. And if you're familiar with how death works, you die, spirit goes back to God, you rest, you come right back, you're the same person. You are your ancestors. So if God knows the real you and death is just a time out, if God goes, hey, get rid of all of them and send them back to me real quick. Can't God do that? If God is all powerful, according to the argument.
As he should do.
Yeah, if he is all powerful and he's the father of spirits, he can go, hey, send those spirits back to me. We need to tune them up. That's all it was. All right, y'all. What's your name, King?
My name's Devin.
Devin. I'm Haya L as in Haya L.
L.
Yes, ma'am.
Aman?
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that is not the right Jesus.
Oh, no, that's Cesare
That's
Borgia.
an Italian dude.
Cesare Borgia.
Yep.
See, again, for somebody who don't believe in the Bible, you got more knowledge than most people who do believe in it.
Yeah, she's surprised.
Yeah, you surprised me, brother. Thank you, Devin. All right, brother. Issachar and Simeon. See, again, man, I know the Bible's got a bad rap. The white man did a lot of damage. And we're out here to correct it. But we're about to go home now. Yeah, so we're about to wrap it up, brother. Can you give me Revelations 22 and 14 through 15? As soon as you said you didn't believe the Bible, I was like, man, I know you got a lot of knowledge. Here we go. And see, I love talking to brothers like that. You know, because it's like, man, when you well read, you know history, you know, it's fertile ground to throw seeds on. Because sometimes the Bible gets a bad rap because the people teaching it ain't got no business picking it up. So they do a lot of damage and they produce unbelievers. I know I was one of them. I was an atheist for a number of years, all because of how the Christian church did things. I mean, you can only lock the doors on me to man and money once. At that point, I'm like, yo, this is bullshit. I do not believe it.
You're gonna have a problem the first time you do it.
And then when I saw my mother didn't say anything when that happened, and we were in the hood. I'm talking about people who ain't got a pot to piss in. And he locked the doors on us for $500. Deacon stood in front of the door like he was Mike Tyson about to piece everybody up. And it was all old people and women and children. How craven and desperate can you get? But that's why the Bible says, woe unto the pastors that destroy and scatter my sheep. But let's go ahead and get it and close out.
All praises.
Revelations chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs,
And sorcerers, and whoremongers.
Right on time. Keep going.
For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
All praises. Oh yeah, it's dead. So with that, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharal,
Kwam Yasharal,
and Mawaf Lababal.
Mawaf Lababal.
Yeah, but command boy. Yeah, that's why I was like, you don't believe the Bible? That's right down my alley, man. I used to be that way too. I think it's atheists and drug addicts. Because I was an atheist drug addict. So there you go.
I wasn't expecting him to be able to, I guess, have an argument and statement when he said he didn't believe. I was expecting like less than that, but yeah, he actually.
But you notice his sources, that Dr. James, he's a Moabite. See, and it's like, of course a Moabite would tell you not to believe in the Bible because he had the Israelites in the Silk Road slave trade.
Right.
So it's like, yo, he got to pay just like the white man got to pay, just like the Persian man, the Ishmaelite man got to pay.
Done.
Yeah, man. Yeah, boy. This nigga said, well, I will pull out that fucking burn on your hand.
Yeah, it's ready to go. Lock and load. If I don't have to. Oh, this one?
Oh, that's a whole trigger?
It's illegal to leave without.
Okay, I'll pray it.
By the book, nigga.
I hope you had that in your truck, man.
Huh?
I know they say you can't have it, but you know, unless they check in your truck, man, I would have that shit with me everywhere I go.
Oh, yeah, nah, I don't. Just because I thought about it. I know
Oh
when I
shit,
first-
shalom, y'all.